it looks like we have Big PhoeniX here. Hello, hello.
Oh, boss. Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good, bro.
Are you feeling confident today? What's the vibes?
Yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that I'm going to win this tournament.
Okay, nice. Have you been warming up today already?
Yeah, played a couple warm-up games so far.
Beautiful. And did you kind of prepare any like specific matchups or like play styles or anything like that, or are you just kind of gonna free ball it?
Yeah, I kind of prepared for some matchups,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, if I hopefully get those matchups, then I should do good. And even if I don't get them, I'm still comfortable to win either way.
Okay, nice. So you kind of have an idea of what he might pick, what you might pick on certain maps. You've got a game plan.
Correct. Yeah,
Nice,
exactly.
nice. And I won't ask you to reveal that game plan, but I'm assuming we can see some France, some Brit, maybe some auto mixed in there, some cool picks. So
Yeah, and and maybe USA.
okay, nice. Okay, you really? That's I'm not sure if I believe you on that one.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't have
um,
the DLC.
all right. I mean, this has been a common question in all the interviews, but if you had to predict today, what do you think the score would be in this best of seven?
I think it's going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would take it with maybe 4-2 or 4-3.
Okay, so you're predicting a pretty close series. No 4-0 clean sweep, no
Right.
4-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to respect the goat. You can't sweep him like that.
Uh-huh. Nice. And also we got Shake 2020 joining. Hello, hello. My co-caster, my beautiful man.
Yeah. There's two Jews in this call now.
Well said. Yeah, okay. Well, I won't ask you to reveal too much about your game plan or your play, but I wish
Right.
you I wish you the best of luck. And I guess last question is: do you think a best of seven is gonna change the series in any way? Because you might have to play more civs, etc. Like, how do you think that dynamic will change?
Uh, yeah, maybe best of seven favors me more because Julian plays more saves than me. But yeah, maybe it's better for me than it is for him.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, because he plays more saves than me. That's why.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Well,
Hi,
best.
Phoenix. How are you looking forward to getting 4
Really?
I'm just kidding, man. You go have fun out there.
All right. And
Good
yeah,
luck, brother.
today is Julian's birthday, I believe. So yeah, I also wish
Ah,
him happy
Oh,
birthday. And
really?
nah, I don't want to hear it. Get out of here. No friendly activities before a final game. What is wrong with you, man? Just
come on,
pray and
man.
hope that you're gonna ruin his birthday forever. Let's go.
Come on. Julian is a great guy. I can't do that to him. But yeah, it's gonna be great games either way.
True that. Well,
All right,
good luck,
guys.
Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
I didn't know it was Julian's
Fuck,
birthday today. Hey, Shake, how you doing?
I hate that guy. Thank God he left.
Yeah, thank God. Oh, hello there, Julian. How are you?
I I'm
When is the
great. I'm
birthday?
ready.
Is it true that it's your birthday today?
It is, yes.
Holy shit, are you
2211.
spending it playing AoE3?
Wow.
Well, just for the first part. I mean,
Just for the money.
it's the middle of the day, yes, and then it's time for Niagara Falls after.
Niagara Falls, wow.
How
Yes.
how
Guess
old are you
that's not the
turning?
only it's not
I'm
the only
24
time
now.
it's gonna be dripping wet
24?
today, is it?
Yes.
Maybe the age is catching up to you. Maybe 24 is when you start declining. You never know. Yeah.
Bro. Yes, of course. What account are you on? Just so I can invite you.
I'm on Dungaree. Dungaree, please. I guess I could hop.
No,
But,
no,
Julian,
it's fine.
I got a
I
question
got you.
for you. I got a tough
Yeah.
question, and I'm kind of sorry I'm asking it before a series because I know it can mess with you mentally. But we all know what happened last time you played Phoenix in a series, right?
No.
What changes are you looking to make this time so we won't?
I won
make
both
mistakes?
the two last times I played him, so I think
No. The last one is the one I watched last, so I discard the other ones you won because that's
okay.
how bias works. Yeah, it only
Then I'm
works about
unbothered.
what I know.
It's January. It's been almost a year, man, and I wasn't in shape
So, yeah.
then. I am in shape now.
So, what are you thinking? What are you expecting for this series?
Well, I think it's gonna be a fun one. First of all, I think it's gonna be enjoyable games for me. I think it's probably close. There's always a chance. He has a mentalo collapso maybe. So if he doesn't take the first games well, then there's always a chance for like a 4-1, 4-2 type thing. But I think usually he has good mental, so it should be close. Yeah. Maybe a bit sad I didn't really have a proper warm up. There's no one around really, but who needs warm up anyway? Who needs warm up?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're looking at it from PhoeniX perspective, I mean, the prize money goes really far where he's from, right? So it's not just the gaming that he's looking at right here. It's like it's a solid half a
Yes,
year salary
yeah.
in Morocco what he can win here. So, you know,
Yes.
it's big stuff at stake here. So he's gonna come out swinging, I'm assuming. And the one last question I've wanted to ask you is, how are you feeling towards the best of seven, where you know your opponent can repeat his best civs over and over and over so many times?
I don't really mind it so much. I know what his best tips are, and I think I'm pretty comfortable with them. Um, yeah.
I'm
So
sorry,
I don't
Fluffit,
think it
it's a year
changes.
salary.
I don't think it changes. He can repeat civs. It's maybe a little bit less exciting because I'm the one that plays more different civs, so I get to tap into less of my skill spectrum, perhaps. But I think it doesn't change too much. It's a fun one either way.
1 second. Jalafet is saying it's a month's salary, but I'm pretty sure the Morocco average salary a month is like $300, right? Okay, so the
Yeah.
average salary. What's
Yeah,
the
this
minimum
is
wage
definitely
in
something
Morocco?
Julian would know. So
I don't
Minimum
really
wage
know.
in Morocco.
But it should be quite a bunch.
So minimum wage in Morocco is $374 a month, which equals out to almost around about 9 months of salary. What this thing it can have. But yeah, no, we're not talking about you, Jalafet. You live in big old rich colonizing France. We're talking about the homeland. We're talking about Morocco here, bro. So in Morocco, this is pretty big, man. So yeah,
Nice.
and that kind of gives me, you know, that kind of gives me like, on one end, you know, I know you longer. I love you loads, Julian. I've
I
recently made,
like him. If he wins, he wins. I don't think he's
yeah,
favored.
I recently made
but
peace with Phoenix as well, so I
yeah.
don't mind him. He's a good guy. I like him, but the financial aspect of it is so big for him, especially, you know, a young guy in a country where the average salary is like not as high as in Europe. This can go a very long way for him, and I would be happy for him if he wins it.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
as I said,
My opinion
I don't
does
think
not
it's a
matter.
disaster if he wins.
at the end of the day, you gotta win because, you know, you're playing for
It's
yourself.
my
in
birthday.
opinion here.
I will, I think.
Exactly. It's irrelevant. We gotta get that 3.5 grand. We gotta blow it all in a strip club. That's what we gotta do today. That's how birthdays are ran. And yeah, good luck, man.
Thank you. Alright, see you boys
Get outta
later.
here.
peace out,
Yeah.
Julian. Good luck.
Fuck, I hate that guy. Thank God he's gone.
Gonna do a little bit of carrying for a second. I'm just updating some stuff on the stream end.
Oh, Chicks has sent you an overlay.
Yep, I'm trying to put it up right now.
Big mouse. So, what are your predictions here today, boss? What are the expectations?
I'm expecting a really close series. I think probably like 4-2, 4-3. I'd probably give it to Julian, but genuinely I don't know.
By the way, for the people that didn't understand, I was talking about $300 a month, not a year, obviously. That's $300 a year is like North Korea type of salary. So yeah. People asking me at what % APR would you charge me? Shut up. Yeah. I mean, in most country, minimum wage is actually the average, because it gets diluted with a lot of the population. I should go for the median wage actually, because a lot of the population earns disproportionately much more than others, right? So most people, let's say in Belgium, would be on around about that minimum wage, so at around about the 1,800 to 2K net a month. So I kind of scope that as the average salary as well. So yeah, and through Sid, your mom. I'm casting. I have the mic. I can say whatever I want. There's enough salary talk. As you were saying, what are you thinking here, big boss?
I'm thinking that I am trying to fix this scoreboard real quickly. There we go. I guess we'll see. Honestly, I think it's a lot on the Civ picks. I guess let's see what they're trying to pick here. They're talking about servers, so it looks like they're going to switch between US East and West UK every game just to make the paying a bit more fair. And let's see. So PhoeniX is saying he's going to play France. Julian's offering a mirror. PhoeniX doesn't want the mirror.
And for the people wondering how we got to the salary talk, is we were discussing about the big prize pool that is at stake right now and how much money it actually is in the grand scheme of thing. And it's actually a nice salary to win. You know, a nice prize pool, $3,500 is pretty big from wherever you are in the world, actually. So, yeah, for those who were wondering and missed it.
So Julian looks like he wants to stay France here. France is a really solid pick on this map. I wonder what they're going to land on. I'm predicting something with France, Brit, Auto. One of those three civs. Just start off really strong. Why go for anything crazy? It looks like PhoeniX is trying to like counterpick something for France of Julian, but France is just such a good pick. What do you think PhoeniX has in his arsenal that he could counter France with? Maybe Brits?
Just a sec, I'm texting chicks about something.
No worries. No worries. And it looks like okay, so we're doing some server micro as well here. PhoeniX wants to go UK West first. Coin flip whoever gets servers first. Yeah, call the coin. I'll flip it on stream here. Let's get it going. Boom. How are they going to do rock, paper, scissors? Looks like PhoeniX doesn't even want to take the coin flip. No coin flipping. Oh no, is this another...
I'm just handing out a warning. I'm seeing a lot of racist bullshit in the chat, and if it's not gonna stop, I'm gonna activate mod powers and ban a lot of the people in here. So you better dim it down and keep it on the game and keep it fun. Because I'm really not in the mood to read anti-Semitic bullshit all day. So calm the fuck down with it, please.
Yeah, so PhoeniX really wants this game one to be his server. That's so interesting. He won't do a coin flip. A coin flip's definitely the most fair way to do this. I guess we can leave it up to Chicks, but I'm pretty sure Chicks would probably side with the coin flip. What? What is going on here? So PhoeniX doesn't agree to a coin flip for servers. Let's see what Chicks has to say. Let's see what we're looking at here. Also, maybe I'll take away the display. Yeah, so Chicks is checking Chicks is checking the rules right now. So I don't even think it's about the Dullinator. I don't think it's about the pick here. The Civ pick, excuse me. It's about the server pick. Okay. Boom. There it is. I guess that's one of these things in these series that's so interesting is like whoever's more courteous in terms of like server picks and civ picks, it can kind of come back to bite you because you never know if like that lag causes a little worse micro to like slightly lose the game. Like you never know. And also like with civ picks, like if you're just too nice to giving two good matchups, that could come back to bite you. I think both Revnak and PhoeniX are like very like stubborn people when it comes to those things, but honestly like you got to kind of respect it. Like you got to do what you got to do. But it is nice when both players are just like kind of chill about that kind of thing. A little bit of drama pregame. You gotta love it. Okay. Shake, what do you think about the drama going down here?
I don't know, man. Kind of demotivated. I'll be honest. I don't want to put the attention on me, but you know, we're doing this out of volunteering and getting so many negative comments. Kind of made me feel like a shit a little bit. So
Oh,
I'm kind of trying to get in the mood again. So let's just try and focus on the games.
true that.
But yeah, let's hope we get some good games out of both players. Very nice players, very good players, both of them, top of the ladder. So, you know, we got a good series before us here. So let's just throw on
Definitely.
it.
Looks like PhoeniX is huh. PhoeniX is going for Haud versus France. That's an interesting decision. I guess, I mean, that's funny. That's what I played actually right before the this series. And I think France has a good shot. But yeah, Haud is a decent bet because of those mid-map treasures. But I think France could still have a good shot against Haud, even with those big mid-map XP treasures.
I don't see the really the reason of picking Hard on Great Plain, especially no water, no real advantages of using the big XP treasures. I don't really see it. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, the only reason you'd pick Howd versus France here is I think he's comfortable in the matchup. Let me just say, good luck, have fun, get up on out of there.
Level 8 home city Haudenosaunee in game 1 of what is the biggest series of his gaming career so far. That is a controversial pick, but you know, I like the confidence. Maybe he knows something we don't about this matchup. Maybe they played before and he's ready for something, or he's got a specific strat in mind. But yeah, I even remember seeing him play on Haudenosaunee against your. I don't remember what it was. I think it was France, and he just couldn't seem to win that matchup, regardless of how much he was
Yeah.
running around. And Great Plains isn't really a run-around map. So yeah.
Yeah, the last time I played this matchup versus PhoeniX, it was France Howd on Punjab, and I won. And if he's losing to a shitter like me, it's probably not going to bode too well for him versus someone like Julian. So, but we'll see. Maybe the mid-map treasure, the 320 XP, potentially even another like big XP treasure could help him. Like if two big treasures spawn in the middle, honestly, I think that makes the matchup even, potentially even Howd favored. You never know. But it is kind of a gamble, like on those mid-map treasures, what kind of goes down.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, but again, it's kind of like, you know, big XP treasures are there to get, you know, these big shipments going early on, but like, what does Haudenosaunee really ship that is so game changing, especially early on? Is it the Fort
Yeah.
Kanyas that you're already going to be having? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of the thought process of what I'm getting at. Maybe we're going to see a little bit of an eco play, and we're going to see a 5-il first into crates and aging up. That's where Haudenosaunee can actually start contesting France. If France manages to scout that there isn't any forward base, and France wants to do a semi-FF of their own.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting what we're going to see here, but knowing PhoeniX and his affinity toward H2 play, I think we're definitely going to see some H2 play coming from
I
him.
think it could be interesting with kind of like if you go for the big button as Howd and you ship 5-vil first, then you can easily get the treasure as soon as the big button pops. You get the 5-vil in. You pick up the XP treasure, you get back-to-back shipments. Could be wood to mix a stable early, which could be unexpected. Or just could be unit, and then if there's another XP treasure, you get more units instantly. It could get a bit scary for France, but with some good Vil micro, I think France can hold. But yeah, I think it's going to be very map dependent. It is a bit of a gamble, Howd. If they get the XP treasures, they're in a good spot. If they don't, they're not. So...
Yeah, and it's kind of another thought, you know, I'm having here is like, so far to get to the finals, PhoeniX has played France exclusively, right, in the playoffs at least, knowing that he can repick it then on a very good France map in Hudson Bay and
Oh.
Saguenay, rather, yeah, nowadays. So I'm thinking to myself, why the Haudenosaunee pick when you know that you can repeat a save? Even a Brit pick would be nice here, but as I said before, I'm not gonna doubt him. The guy made it to the finals. Is he the only undefeated player left?
He's not undefeated anymore. PhoeniX dropped the game to Psionic.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did drop a game to Psionic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but like he knows what he's doing. Losing one game to get to the finals of the biggest tourney of the year, by far the biggest tourney of we've seen it since Kings of the Old World, at least you know, since what's it called? Yeah, since Kings of the Old World, prize-wise at least. It could be pretty stressful, and yeah, let's
Well-
hope he made the right pick, because at the end of the day, we want the entertainment.
We are going to get it started here. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Best of 7. spawning in the south of the map, JulianK, the one, the only, the build order man, the man of micro, the man of mysteries. It's his birthday today. He's feeling good. Great crate micro here to start it off. Instantly getting the TP down. Really solid from Julian. And then we got PhoeniX spawning in the north, an old Nilla player, and kind of more new to the tournament scene, and we'll see what he can put together. And I believe this is his first finals of a tournament, so let's see if he can get his first tournament win going here. And ooh, instantly walking up on an 80 food treasure, PhoeniX is. That's gotta feel just so good. And 30 food for France as well.
Big.
So a 50 food advantage for Haud has got to be feeling good.
Yeah, that's a pretty big treasure to get early on, especially if we're going to be looking into the direction of going for that early H2 pressure.
Hi.
You know, there isn't any water start here, as we've noticed before. So any food advantages we can get in the beginning of the game to really speed up that age up is going to be humongous for Haudenosaunee.
And he's going to go for a starting TP. I'm not sure what the macro looked like for that, but I guess he just chopped 100 wood, which seems like quite a lot, but I guess it's going to work out. And Fran's going to be picking up 85 wood of his own. Does that mean he's going to build a house? And that's a really nice adaptation, because on Great Plains, you tend to not get the best food treasures. There's no livestock for the, standard France 1210, like that fast age up. So it's nice he's mixing a house and probably going to go for a 13 vill age up. I really like that out of Julian.
Yeah, I mean, 13ville, there is an argument to be made it's even better than a 1210. I certainly like it more. No idle time, an extra vill, and the difference is like, what, 15 seconds in the age ups?
Yeah.
So it is pretty nice, especially with that small food treasure. I remember Earth One once telling me, for those of you who don't know him, it's L'Inquisitor. He used to tell me, these small food treasures at the end of the day, they accelerate your age up by a couple of seconds, and it's always worth to have. So in this case, especially here, PhoeniX getting that small food treasure is looking at it and is like licking his lips and saying, wow, I'm going to be aging up really, really nice.
I think with that small food treasure, he probably could have got a 220 1210 age up, like a 220 minute, but he got a 235, so it's like 15 or so seconds for an extra villager. Seems pretty decent. An interesting first house placement from Haud. That could
By
be
the way,
exposed
guys,
later.
Everyone in the chat, go and type !finals to be able to enter the giveaway for the finals, which includes cash, AoE merch, and AoE games. So guys, go and spam that finals. There we go. OnlyBaus did it as well.
I gotta
And
get
let's
in there.
Get this ball rolling.
If I win it, it's rigged, though. If I win it, it's rigged.
It's definitely rigged. But yeah, what are we thinking about this age up from Haud? We're not seeing a fast age, are we?
No, and I think that's actually really great. So in the past, when I've seen PhoeniX play this matchup, he goes for fast age and aggression, just because that's kind of his playstyle in general. But he's going for the Wise Woman, which I believe is the crates, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
It is. It is the crates.
And I think that's really good. And it looks like
Is it crates
something.
and vills or is it crates? Oh my god, is that French Explorer there on the floor?
Yeah, El
That
Caster.
is actually huge.
Didn't even see that go down. El Caster. But 75 coin, 150 coin swing here for PhoeniX, and a Dead Explorer, so really good for PhoeniX.
And looking, I think we're gonna see a bit more of a Keister style gameplay from PhoeniX here. We're going to see a forward base. There we go. We are going to see 5 villagers. I don't think that war up is going to go up in base. There we go. Yeah, it is going forward towards those bigger treasures in the middle of the map. He is going to try and maybe hit France with a timing attack. This eco play is much more efficient and much more sustainable for an extended H2, and especially with PhoeniX's age up time that he had. Look, he's aged up at a very competitive time, at the same time as France even. And as we all know, it is a game of how much can I upgrade my units if this becomes an H2 fight, right? And Julian is really gonna either have to commit to H2 or try and survive a timing push if he is going to opt to age. But it says 1v1 bows, and he's got more cards in H2 than H3. This looks like we are going to see a commitment in H2 by both players, and I like it a lot. And yeah, very nice play so far from PhoeniX.
Well, I'm wondering if it is a commitment here from PhoeniX, because he's going for the crates next. So I'm actually unsure if this is going to age up or if he's going to stay H2. But yeah, it looks like he's going to finish his batch, so maybe some H2 play. He'll be able to pick up this villager, which will be really nice.
It's huge. Wow.
Yeah, that's actually going to be really nice for I mean, +1 villager is always just like really good to get.
And with the crates and with all the market upgrades that he's getting, and the 5 vil shipment, his eco's kind of looking better than France's right now, isn't it?
I wonder. So just 9 Musk here out of Julian. Noob. Absolute noob.
Okay. Are we seeing what Julian's doing in his base?
So we
Oh,
got
there
a
we go. We are going to
stable.
see his timing attack. Wow. Okay.
Well, not sure if it's a timing, because the stable's actually not getting built. The church got built, so that's really good. I'm always a fan of the spy, maybe a priest down the road. And ooh, this is a really nice treasure for Haud, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can we
Yeah.
switch over to Julian's to PhoeniX's POV and see what he's going to do here? So yeah, after the crates, he's actually deciding to. Okay, so he's doing this really Kevin style, which I really like. He's preparing himself for an H2. He's got enough. Oh no, there we go. And my whole theory is out of the garbage. Don't mind what I just said. I wanted to say he's keeping up the coin to see that if there's no timing attack coming on his FP, that he can just follow up straight away afterwards. But he just bought wood with the coin, so coin's gone. And
Really
my
nice
coin does not-
timing here. Gonna have
Yeah.
21 Tama, Explorer with the 30% HP buff, and the 10 Aena for the Musk. And I think Julian's up.
He is.
Gonna be
and there we
producing
go.
some Musk. And he's got both market ups on his vills, which I really, really like.
But as we said before, boss, this is really going to be a game of Julian is going to get counter pushed as soon as he's going to be aging, and PhoeniX is smelling it. He sees that it's coming, and he knows that Julian doesn't really have the means to fight him right now, so he's going to try and pressure him as much as possible, which means idle time for Julian. And if you're looking at the coin count for him, he doesn't really have the resources to start committing to making full batches of units in early H3, which will play to Haudenosaunnee's advantage. But we're going straight back in with what's that? The shipment of Kanyas, or is that just 3 Kanyas made from a corral? I don't know. Minutemen being called right now. I don't know if I agree with this call. Very early Minutemen coming in. Anyways, regardless, the Kanyas are getting stuck in. Tomahawks are standing and fighting, and SoldieR on the back end of the army. Explorer going away a little bit just to get out of line of sight of the TC fire here. A lot of musketeers going down, but very nice job so far from Julian, keeping these villagers safe and in their TC. Explorer tanking a lot of shots as well. What are you thinking right now, boss? These trades don't seem that horrible for France, but simultaneously his unit count is getting really, really low.
The trades don't seem terrible for France. The skirm popping in the right spot, but I think Julian thought that this Kanya that came in was the 4 Kanya shipment, but now you have the batch of Kanya from the stable coming in, and this is starting to look really scary for France, but really great micro. The skirm's still
It's
untouched
looking
here by the
very
Kanya.
bad, yeah. Because we don't have the means to finish our Dragoon match. We got to get 1 Dragoon out, and we've got like what, 5 Kanye West, 6 Kanye Wests out on the floor. A lot of Tomahawks, a lot of Aenas. And yes, France 24 vil eco, but it is built up, and now all of a sudden that early eco that Eero had is really rolling in, and now we're seeing unit after unit after unit, ooga booga right click time. But we're doing it with an eco that can just fully produce units. Here we're seeing more Kanyas being produced
Ooh.
at
Goon
9
gets
minutes.
snared.
That's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, so there's
The
going to be
Goon gets
0
snared.
military units here from France, and he's going to have to rely on this 5 Goon shipment to carry him through. But he's doing a nice job sniping down the infantry here from Haud. He has the housing pop too. He doesn't care too much about that house, and I think he's going to hold. But the question is, can PhoeniX get up at some point, or is he going to stay in H2? And he has such a huge mass, I think he can just stay in H2.
Yeah, there is 0 reason for him to age up. I think aging up or macroing towards an age up could be game losing right now, especially if you're looking at the resource count that he has. we just have to take a fight, and we have to take a fight within the next half a minute. We can't, under any circumstance, let France mass any sort of units right now, because we still have a unit shipment that can come in for France. All of a sudden, you've got 10 Dragoons, you got a couple of skirms out, and it gets a bit more comfortable for France to micro, and that's not what we want if we're playing Haudenosaunee right now. Very nice CDB micro, taking them in and out of the TC, picking off units one by one.
The
and
Vil
there we
coming
go.
forward to back herd. This is
But
great.
this is huge. This is huge because people can call it as unethical as they want, but at the end of the day, Julian is struggling with natural resources right now, and the more hunts you can manage to take away from your opponents, the more desperate he becomes. And bro, we're playing for 3.5 grand right now. This is not nothing. We need to be focused on getting every single advantage we can right now. And I'm supportive of this when it comes to what PhoeniX is doing with those herds.
You know, PhoeniX is being really effective here, but also Julian's micro's been perfect. I don't think he's lost a Vil. I think he's doing a really good job here with the CDB and just firing constantly. And this might be the first Vil to go down. He saves it! Oh my goodness. And he's getting good micro on the Dragoons here. Still no goons going down, and still getting some shots on the Kanya. Really good hold here from France, but is it just too much to hold here?
3 curs coming in, but like, what's the end game really for France here? Do you take a fight and CDB pull and pray to God you can manage
This could
to
be it
micro
right
everything
here.
out?
CDB pulled. The Kanya a bit out of position. The Cur popping on the Aena. There's very few Tamas left in here. Vil's coming out to shoot as well. These Cur are getting
and the
beautiful
pathing of
value.
these.
The Goon's still alive here. Need to get back in the fight a bit. But I think this is the hold that France needed.
It definitely is, and we're not losing any CDB as of yet. Julian is uber focused on pulling back those lower HP CDB. And yeah, that's the entire Euro mass wiped
Wow.
off the face of the earth out of nowhere. And we even still have a curse here alive. That is humongous right there, but the real question is, what is the follow-up going to be from Miro? If we can switch over to his perspective really quickly, he's streaming in more units, but is he planning on aging anytime soon? It doesn't look like it. He is shipping more wood crates right now. Very nice micro to split off and manage to catch that one Cuirassier and to catch that Dragoon. As we know, Dragoon's anti-cav, but when they face cavalry in melee, they do struggle. They do not have any melee resist, only range resist. And there we go, that Dragoon does go down. And you might think, okay, it's only one Dragoon, it's not that big, but with the resource count that Julian has right now, it is quite big. And now he's having to resort to the completely back herd that he has left there on the other side of the map to try and, on the other side of our screen, sorry, to try and get a little bit of food income.
And funnily enough,
but
this
yeah.
herd's actually extremely safe. He does have some low HP Vils. He's got to be careful about those, but this herd, this mine even, like, his mine is safe, his herd is safe. He's got the Vils to fall back on, and as you can see in the score, he's just ahead.
Yeah. And this is where my forever hate for France comes in. Like, you could wipe out an entire army just purely using Vils, and it's just so infuriating because it feels like PhoeniX has been doing almost everything correct so far this game, and somehow he's still being punished for it. France 2 and a bit K ahead, but again, not to take anything away from Julian, he has played this hold absolutely phenomenal in the way he's managed to really deny Euro from finishing the game there with those 3 Cuirassier pops and with the Vil micro. I know at least 99.5% of players would have lost at least 3 to 4 Vils there in that push, but my guy managed to lose 0, which is incredibly commendable.
Yeah, the micro there from Julian was actually insane. He didn't lose. I don't think he lost a single CDB. We'll see in the post game. And even now, just still continuing to get good trades and playing really confidently, which I like. And I mean,
Yeah.
Economically, it's almost even. I think Haud's a little ahead, perhaps. Or it's roughly even, but again, France is just age 3. You get the age 3 shipments, age 3 units. And here comes the collapse here. But I think overall, this is... he's gonna lose the skirm mass, but these goons are just gonna clean up all these Kanya, and it's gonna be an efficient
Are they
trade here
though?
for France.
This is a very good trade for Hero. We've seen already 3 Dragoons go down. All of the skirms are going to go down. Tomahawks beautifully being put in melee. And I have been standing and shooting for the last 20 seconds at the very least right now. And this was kind of an equalizer. Yes, it doesn't really show up in the score as of right now. But this was a very, very nice fight for PhoeniX, I would say. Probably the best fight he could have hoped for.
It may have looked like that, but honestly, just cost efficient wise, these Kanya are like 175 res, and he lost all. He kind of dove them all in for the 8 skirms, which is really what Julian's hoping for. And getting some nice goon split fires, continuing to trade well versus the Kanya. And I think this is where you'll see the GG.
GG, well played. And ladies and gentlemen, game 1 of the finals of the PK Clan Winter Tournament is going to JulianK. What a game. What a game to start off the series with, boss.
Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect example of just the highest level of age vampires. I mean, let's take a look at the graphs here. Did Julian lose a villager? He lost 1 villager that entire rush. I mean, that is incredible. Super impressive. But it's what you expect from kind of a top 5 player.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel bad for PhoeniX here, I'll tell you honestly, because it felt like he was in the Inca syndrome this game, where you've got incredible economy and you're playing very well, but when it actually comes down to it, your units don't really kill anything, right? And it's very hard to win a game of Age of Empires 3 when your units that you're making are not killing your opponent's units.
Right.
It kind of felt like the case here in this game, where, as Haza was jokingly pointing out a couple of months ago, where Tomahawks are just the best pikemen in the game because their ranged attack is almost so useless that just default put them in melee, and that's what really was going on. If you were looking at that big fight, those curs managed to pop straight on the Hyena, and with the villagers popping out of the TC, managing to pathing abuse the hell out of those Tomahawks and not allowing them to get anywhere near the Hyena to protect them. These 3 curs got the most value I've seen a 3 cur shipment get in a very long time.
Yeah, that 3 cur shipment won the game, with just the Kanya slightly out of position, but it's impossible to tell when and what's popping from Eero, so honestly really well played from both players. Eero had a really well executed build, a good timing, honestly probably would have won versus most France players, but at the top level with great like CDB micro, he was just able to hold on long enough to get his shipments in and survive. So really well played, and that'll be game 1 to JulianK. And it looks like we got a winner for the first giveaway. I'm going to type their name in chat. It is Akazam. If you want to message Vega to claim your prize, please do so. And type this in chat. If you want to type !finals in chat to enter the giveaway. And there's PK Vega right there, that mod right there. If you want a message for your prize, please do so. So congrats to you, Mr. Akazam. Come on, give me the next one. I'm in there. !finals. And here we go, the Civ dance of Civ dances coming in here. What do you think?
Civ dancing. What do you play if I go auto? What? Those are fighting words, man. Those are absolute fighting words. What do you even respond to that? You probably know what my answer would be, is France.
Okay.
And then the dance begins, because I am avoiding that matchup under any circumstances. There's no way on, on God's green earth that I'm playing that matchup again. I am traumatized to the core. Um, so yeah, what do you do here if you're Phoenix? You just counter with France, right?
Looks like Phoenix is going to go with ports, which honestly I really like.
I don't like it too much. No, I am yet to see Port beat the Sublime Port strat.
I think the
So
way
I've used it to
Revnak
great
plays
effect.
ports is kind of beats the Sublime Port for sure. I mean, he's undefeated on this map in the tournament. Revnak was.
Because he hasn't played Ketterboy, the OG player that does it. Like, you know, with all due respect to you, at the end of the day, obviously one of the best players, but Breeze is like top 4 player at the
No,
moment.
but
right?
I mean, he beat Julian too. He beat Kaiser. He beat
Oh,
me,
really?
all in the same matchup.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see it going Port's way, especially from experience of what I've seen and from what I've played the matchup myself. But probably on water, if Otto doesn't want to go on water, and I've seen a lot of Otto players decide to counter water play by going stagecoach and not really committing fully to the Sublime Port build. But it could work. Yeah, it could work. I'm not so sure, but knowing Phoenix's port, again, it's another civ he's not really comfortable with. So
Yeah, and I think you
I'm
can
trying
see
to think
that
to myself,
because
you know?
Phoenix is saying, let me think, and I think that's because it might have been a bit of a bluff, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you're Phoenix here, just go for your comfort picks. Go for a France here again. Like, um, I would argue Eero is much better here than what it was on the last map, but obviously against a sim like Otto, you wouldn't want to go for that matchup. Um, but yeah, I would definitely go for a France pick here, especially on Saguenay, where you can get the Kree CDB, a close TP as well for early XP. What would you do here, boss, if you were in Phoenix's situation?
Well, I think he's
There we
doing
go.
the right
He listened to
thing.
me.
He's gonna go
Yeah.
France. I think France Otto's kind of the best matchup. I mean, I guess maybe Brits do okay, Otto does okay, France does okay, but yeah, Otto's just a really strong pick on this map. So it looks like they're going to do Otto France, and honestly, the matchup's pretty 50-50, maybe slightly France favored, Otto favored,
Blasphemy.
depending.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy. You know you're lying to yourself when you say that it's anywhere near auto favored. Come on, boss.
No,
Be
I think
honest.
I think Ottoman has an extremely strong chance to win.
It's horrible. The bias is unreal.
There's
Semi-FF
no
gang is
bias.
holding,
France and Otto are both my top civs.
Semi-FF gang is holding OnlyBaus' family hostage. They're forcing him to say this.
I think if anyone has bias here, it's perhaps you because you play Otto and you get cooked by my France every time, perhaps. But
Oh yeah, I'm masking my my fragile AoE3 ego with
yeah.
accusations of bias right now, definitely. But I'm gonna die on that hill. This is like crazy, man. France is just better, especially in that matchup.
Theoretically, allegedly,
Big
they're better.
Big Revnak in the comments saying, I have been saying it since years. Auto in AoE3 is what P90 in CS2 is. Easy to play, creates the fake illusion of being S tier. The higher you go, auto gets worse. That's same in CS2 with PR90. I would disagree because you put a P90 in my hands and I kill OnlyBaus like every round. Because he's really bad at Counter Strike, so I don't think that's a fair comparison. Would you agree, boss?
Yeah, I don't even think I have to comment on that. I think everybody knows the case here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That is
if you
crazy.
guys ever saw Big Ol' Shake here play some Counter Strike, it does not look good. It looks like he's playing Auto one-handed, eyes closed, monitor off, but which
yeah.
honestly probably still does okay. You never know.
All right, boys. I have just been sent a message by Chick saying to type in finals. once again to make a chance at $25 worth of merch. So yeah, guys, spam that finals, exclamation point finals, make a chance of winning more free stuff, which is always fun. Got my big boy Ide Bada Boom in the chat as well. A lot of nice faces in here. Big Carbone. Can we talk about Carbone, boss? Carbone, if you're listening, I'm telling this in front of 300 people watching right now. 405 people, sorry. You should be in the finals next year. Humongous potential. The Lamine Yamal of AOE3, honestly. But yeah, crazy, man. 405 viewers, big boss. That is insane. We haven't been rated yet so far. I'm so hyped to see everyone in here, enjoying the game we all love. This is gonna be a banger of a series, and yeah, I feel like this is gonna be closer than that game one. This is not gonna be a 4-0. Definitely not.
Definitely not. No, I think this series is going to be super close. I mean, you could tell that game one was like, if there was any single mistake made there from that France defense, he loses that game every single day of the week. So,
Oh yeah.
I think this series is going to be extremely close, and I think it's going to be very high level too, because I mean that
Oh,
game
my
was
bad.
near perfect.
Yeah. We did get a raid by Mayorsete, the biggest content creator for AOE3 actually. It's not a very big known fact, but he is the biggest. He is the best from the Spanish community. But yes, anyways, we got Steppenwolf Terranigma, we got Callan, we've got Ungurs, we got the big King of Osmane, Hula Amigos. Everyone is here, everyone is ready, and yeah, man, this is gonna be really fun.
And I think
We have the next game.
Let's get it going into game two here. You wanna bring us in this one? Give us a little ladies and gentlemen, you know?
Alright, let's do it, the good old ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game 2 of the PK Clan 10K Tourney Final Series hosted by PK Chicks on the Chicks crypto platform, link in the description. And on the east side of the map in the color blue, we have PhoeniX playing as the French on this beautiful map of Saguenay Summer Edition, which is wonderful for him so he can pick up those juicy sheep and age up with a perfect 12-10. And on the west side of the map, his opponent today in the color teal, one of the up-and-coming GOATs, one of the greatest of all time already, JulianK playing as the Ottormans in the color teal. What a matchup we have on a beautiful map. This is AoE3 nostalgia. This gets me riled up. This gets me hyped up. OnlyBaus, what are your professional opinions on this matchup?
My professional opinions, even though I know you'll disagree, is I think this matchup is extremely even, especially on a map like this. I think both players have a really solid chance to get a win going here. But uh-oh, look at this. Both wolves are going to be attacking here. It looks like he'll be able to get the treasure, but a pull trick coming in. Is he going to be able to pull trick to the treasure? This is so close. Ooh, and Julian just manages to take the treasure. That was actually crazy.
That was beautiful, and as we saw, that sheep denied the French explorer from actually managing to stand on the treasure, and now he denied the French explorer from snaring the Ottoman explorer. That sheep so far is the MVP, and if I'm Julian, I'm not killing that sheep. I'm letting him live it out to see the rest of the game. The kebab is not worth it, bro.
I mean, everything about this game's been high level. You had PhoeniX pull tricking to the treasure. You had the sheep getting in between both explorers to de-snare. And then you had the scout going in cover mode as the explorer was shooting. So just super high level stuff from both players. And this is pretty ballsy here from PhoeniX just to take this 100 food, but that's going to really help with his 12-10 timing.
It is, yeah, because that means that he's going to click up at 214 if you manage to see that. And on the other end, if you're looking at Julian is going to do... sorry, it was Julian that clicked up at 214 and PhoeniX that clicked up at 217. So very, very similar age-up times. I am just praying to God for one thing, Big Boss. And do you know what that is?
What is it?
PhoeniX, please do not ship 3 Hus first. Please, for the love of God. let's keep the hype up of this extremely intricate chess match we have here. Do not ship 3 Husk first and just lose the game within the first 4 minutes of the game. I'm begging you right now, because the way that this game has started with that treasure contestation, with the scouting, if we're looking at the scouting pattern, I just want to note this. Can you switch over to PhoeniX perspective, please? And can we see his absolutely incredible scouting pattern so far this game? If we can turn off the fog of war just for a small second here. Look at this, already discovered basically the entire map, knows where everything lies, knows where all of Otto's hunts are, on the north, on the south, knows exactly everything he needs to know. That's why he was also in the situation to try and deny that treasure that Julian managed to take. And yeah, this is very high level so far. 70 food going over towards France, very nice for him as well. Macro is ready right now for France to hit up a steel traps plus a house when he ages up. Almost steel traps, not quite yet steel traps, but he will get there soon now with the placer mines coming in. And yeah, Vil queued up very, very nicely for him. And we're in H2, and let's see what both players opt for right now.
Okay, and it looks like we're going to see the 2 2 cow age up FF, instantly trading a Mubir, which I really, really like. But, you know, with the macro here, it looks like he might idle just a little bit. He doesn't have the coin count. He's going to have to gather some of that up. Ooh, and is he going to be able to snipe his treasure? He does. Really nice pickup for Julian. And what are we seeing from France here? Nothing yet. It looks like he's floating 100 wood. Is that to take the Cree? A little side stable. What on earth is this?
Bonjour.
That is the sidest of all stables, bro. That is PhoeniX with a capital P right there. That side stable.
Yeah, and there's no scouting there from Julian. So he's in the base. He sees the house going down. And he could think it's maybe a Cree boom, but there's no Cree, and he hasn't scouted the stable. So I think Julian's for sure confused. And this is a nice little mind game from PhoeniX.
It is, but at the other end, we are seeing Julian aging up already. 700 wood, excuse me, on the way. Aging up with a marksman. That's a very interesting decision there, aging up with the 4 Abus guns rather than the 4 Delhi, knowing that France is more of a semi-FF civ with Hussars rather than Musketeers. What do you think about that? That decision could prove deadly for him.
So, a few things to note here. This is a decent anti-water deck from PhoeniX. That's France. He has 4 goons in deck, which I'm not a huge fan of. But in Age 4, he's missing the 4 Culverin shipment, which is just such a good shipment. And then on the other hand, Julian, a full FI deck. He is fully planning to just FI this out. And without that 4 Culve shipment, Bombards can be just a huge issue.
Definitely, definitely. I don't know how Julian loses when he has 5 Bombards out on the field. That is my question. So the question that PhoeniX needs to answer right now is, how do I kill the Ottoman player before his bullshit units come out on the field, right? His mosque units, his Nizams, his Spahis, his Bombards. How do I deal with that before? And I don't know if the semi-FF here is the answer. I think we're going to need some early pressure. We have seen Psionic successfully do that against Ketterboy in his series, where he managed to just harass Ketterboy from both sides, really getting guard dragoons afterwards with the age up. So I wonder if we're going to see anything similar from Psionic on that end. But a big pickup for Psionic there, that Explorer going down. Which means,
Psionic, I was unaware he was playing in this series. That's so interesting.
Excuse me. Big pickup for PhoeniX. They both start with the P, so I got a bit confused, and I was already talking about the French guy. Yeah, it's quite a big pickup taking that 45 XP. Pushes you a little bit more in the direction of where you want to be shipment-wise. Now picking up another 130 XP. TC going up for Julian on the other end in his base. Nice position. You wanted to be close to your first TC so that both can protect each other.
And it kind of protects this hunt in mine as well, which is really nice.
Definitely. Yep. And we are seeing Julian PhoeniX, aging up behind that as well.
And so PhoeniX gonna go for 5 goon instantly. Potentially afraid of some type of like Jan Falk play, but when he went in the base, he noticed there was nothing, and given the deck, I think you can kind of snuff out that Julian's gonna go for an FI here. He's training the Vils for some extra Vils. He's gonna be pumping 2 TCs here. He's got another shipment. It's going to be 1k coin, 1k wood. I think the build order here from Julian is super, super solid. He's going eco, but not like, you know, the 5-vil eco. He's going this more like safe 2TC eco and base. And I think he's going to slowly creep ahead in this game because France is going for this, you know, 5 goon plus Huss. But what are they really going to accomplish this game, you know?
Exactly, and that's what Julian is so strong with. Like, that's what I was saying before as well. Julian, like, what is his superpower? His superpower is knowing every single matchup in this game by heart. Some say autism, some say professionalism. I say he's just the goat at doing those things. It's absolutely incredible. He knows the timings. He knows when France is going to prompt units, and he knows what units are going to come up, and he takes the calculated decision of, listen, I can make CDB while aging here. I have the luxury to do that.
And you know,
look at him.
Interestingly enough, if he didn't train these CDB, he'd actually already be up right now. So it, you know, in theory, kind of slowing him down a little bit, and he's actually missing the food count to age up here. He's going to lose these Abus, but they're going to get decent trades with, you know, double TC fire and whatnot. And he doesn't really care about these Abus. This is kind of all he could really hope for.
It's actually great for him because he knows at least what PhoeniX has out on the floor. And if you're looking at PhoeniX pushing in with 10 Dragoons, and now he's being on 6 Dragoons, and he's traded that for like, what, 4 Abus? And the idle time here wasn't really pivotal either because Otto is aging up to the next stage anyways. He must be loving life right now, Julian.
Yeah, and even though he's double, you know, idled here, all his vills, I mean, the TC fires being very efficient, and he's already up to the 4th age, and PhoeniX shipping 4 Dragoons, so he's just going 1k, like 5 goon into 1k wood to get another TC up over here, and then just gonna go goon, 4 goon shipment. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan, but gonna pick up 1 vill. That's nice for PhoeniX here.
Barracks going down. Not really a pivotal building, but it is pretty nice for PhoeniX to be able to pick that up. 5 Dragoons coming in. Did PhoeniX already manage to ship with 1k wood? It looks like it because he's building a TC on the south side of the map, right?
Yeah, he did. He did.
There we go. That's pretty big for him. He wants to get as many units out as possible, right? At the end of the day, you want to be able to trade the Ottoman army away. You know that Ottoman is going to be following up with a lot of villagers behind that from a lot of TCs that are going to be built by the Explorer. And this is really a build that Uthred has managed to perfect, right? We all know Uthred from the ladder. People hate his build for it, but you got to give credit where credit is due. He's catching some names really with that build that he has managed to perfect recently. And we're seeing it actually be played at high elo, whereas before the question was really, yeah, these kind of memey or edgy strats won't be able to work at high elo, and look at this, they're working phenomenally to the point where in the finals of the biggest prize pool tourney of the year, we're using it, and oh my god, that TC is 3 HP from being built. That is horrendous.
Yeah, 3 seconds from going up. This TC was so greedy. It could have been over here. Even in base, it wouldn't have been terrible, just like on a wood line or something. But yeah, tried to sneak up this TC, and it got scouted, and it's going to go down, and that's minus 500 wood here for Ottoman. He does get 22 AZAP out. Probably going to end up getting veteran AZAP as well, but he's going to go mercantilism instantly. And I think Ottoman can kind of just... They're completely fine to just sit in the base here. Yeah, Ottoman completely fine to sit in base. He's just going to ship factories, mercantilism coming in, and he's just going to pump out all these Age 4 shipments. Another factory, eventually 2 bombards, have the factories producing bombards. And Julian also with the Mubir here knows what's going on. He knows where PhoeniX is gathering. He knows what units are coming. And yeah, just 2 Age 4 shipments just at the ready. Insane stuff here.
22 AZAPs is a card that, again, I would have argued a lot of times, seeing a lot of H4 Ottoman gameplay in this tourney, could have been a shipment that was really the decider between victory and defeat. You cannot underestimate having 22 ranged infantry that just counter Dragoons, especially when the reactionary unit to this auto build is usually Dragoons from other civs, right? having that shipment available is pretty big, and it's buying him so much time right now.
Here's some back herding here from PhoeniX. So this is 2 games we've seen some back herds in. I like it. And he's not even going to lose that Vil. That Vil is going to be able to get out scot-free and gets a back herd on the way out and an animal kill. Look at him go. And he's just going to continue killing animals. Bit toxic from PhoeniX, but in the finals, I guess everything goes. So. And
Yeah,
wow,
definitely.
Julian going full just, wow. This is, yeah, so walls coming down to protect the factories. Gonna lose out on 2 Vils here as well as losing the TC, but scores are even.
Yeah, because France is aging, and he's not in a horrible position, bro. We are on 44 CDBs, which is, what, around about 55 regular villagers right now out on the floor? Comparison to 31 from Otto. Yes, Otto has multiple TCs now, and the Vils will start pumping with 2 factories producing bombards, but France's eco is definitely not behind, and once we hit the age up, very, very sadly, we have only access to the 14. Oh my god, he's not just back hurting, he's killing them. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd really like to see this upgrade from both players. It's just super good. 200 resources for 5% HP on everything. And he's going to send a 20% upgrade for AZAP HP and attack as well. And AZAP kind of counters this whole army with the 2 bombards. I mean, he sees the age up now, Julian does, and I think he's just going to push out and potentially just force, you know, PhoeniX off this hunt, get this TP down. Just a little bit of eco damage, nothing crazy. Or he's just going to stay back and protect, and, you know, potentially the longer this game goes, he has the factories set up, the walls are coming down. I think Julian's actually completely fine to just sit and let the bombard mass grow.
I mean, yeah, you say it perfectly. What is your favorite code in AoE 3, boss? Share it with us, please.
You're gonna have to let me in on the secret. It might be Jan go forward, but we don't see Jan's here.
No, that is my favorite quote. You have a favorite quote about sitting.
Sitting on, I'm not sure if we can say it, but I'm gonna rip it anyways. Sit on dick here. You just gotta absolutely sit, do nothing the entire game, and just, if you have better eco, you don't have to do anything. And right now, PhoeniX has better eco, for sure. He has 50 CDB compared to, you know, 37 mix of CDB and Vils. But the two factories are already pumping here versus the 1 factory for PhoeniX.
You know what's interesting here? What I've noticed for Julian, the church cards aren't in yet.
You know, I don't even think he's going to go for the church cards. I think he's just going to go for AZAP Bombard, which is like, how do you really counter this composition?
It's tough, but you definitely have to stop over making goons. And this is where actually the 14 skirms could be useful, if you think about it. Just to be able to kite the AZAPs to a lower point, mix in some cuirassiers, smash it all in, and Culverins try and get rid of the bombards, but look at how much damage these AZAPs, these guard AZAPs are doing right now on the Dragoons. And Julian, you're just giving me a nerdgasm, man. He just knows what to do in every scenario. Like, you watch the guy, and let's be honest, he's got incredible and impeccable micro and macro, but those aren't really his strong suits, because there are some players who are slightly better at him than that, and I would argue PhoeniX is one of them, but his absolute incredible knowledge of what to do and when to do it in regards to build orders and timings is just breathtaking. And I think he is the best ever at that specific aspect of the game. I have never seen anyone be less surprised by their opponents than JulianK. Ever in my entire life. I've just never seen it. It's actually quite phenomenal to watch.
And JulianK was sitting on D a little bit, but, you know, looks like Shake is going to be sitting on Julian's D. A little bit of glaze there. No, you got to do what you got to do.
It's not that big. I can take it for a while.
Okay. And it looks like more Culve going to get trained, which I actually really, really like here for PhoeniX, because he's going to need more than 4 Culve to deal with these bombards. And another TC going to be going up. The spy gets spotted, and ooh, hopefully these 2 bombard don't get caught out. He sees him with the spy, but yeah, nothing going to be happening here.
Ooh, the Culverins. Wow, we've got a serious overkill on Culverins, but is it an overkill?
Even more walls coming down here for Julian. I really like it. It's a tourney match, you know, like you got to do absolutely everything in your arsenal, and if he can get like full walled up, he could be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah. I mean, having like a bajillion culverins is a good idea against bombards, but you need to think to yourself, like, what are these bombards really going to achieve against that many dragoons? And simultaneously, yeah, okay, it is a good idea to have a lot of these culverins because you've got your 2 heavies coming in yourself, right? And those are really going to be doing the damage to the Azaps, relatively low HP units. I like this backing off with the culverins right now. He has to unpack them now and shoot at these couple of heavies, of bombards, sorry, going forward. But he decides to cower a little bit and back off, not really trusting his split fire micro right there. I would have loved to see a big volley coming in from the 2 heavies, managing to take down like what 10 Azaps, and then the dragoons kind of right clicking with some split fires. But yeah, PhoeniX wasn't really comfortable in there, and he's kind of taking up your advice of sitting on genitalia and not doing anything because he feels like he's ahead on eco, which he definitely is at the moment.
Yeah, I think the longer this goes on, the better it gets for Otto, because you know the counter system, you know, Culves do counter the bombards, but in huge mass. I mean, what actually kills these bombards? And so Julian sent in 2 upgrade cards, which are both 20% on these AZAPs. So these AZAPs are super jacked. He doesn't have the faster fire rate card.
Big Boss, sorry to interrupt you. We just have been rated by 1,242 viewers.
Oh
from
my
MTV.
goodness.
Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. And this puts the total viewer count, and if I'm not mistaken, at 1,600 viewers right now watching the grand finals of the PK Clan tourney. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Grab your favorite snack, grab your coldest drinks, sit back, relax, and watch the 2 best AoE 3 players go at it head to head in the finals of the biggest tournament of the year so far. We are so happy to have you guys in here, and yes, OnlyBaus, please go ahead.
And yeah, just more things going on. These Culves gonna get some shots. Even Culves getting mixed in here from Julian, which I really like. But look how many bombards. How on earth, as France here, do you ever kill 10 bombards? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, these guys are just jacked.
Praying very hard. He has to make like 15 priests and just pray. That's the only way I see him doing it, but very nice. You know, at the end of the day, one thing that is very unpredictable in this game is the bounce shots on artillery, right? So if he just focuses the Azaps that, again, as we said, are relatively low HP units, and he manages to get a lucky shot on a bombard or even 2, he'll take that every day of the week. Having 8 culverins right now is not enough to take down the 10 bombards before they do absolute substantial damage. So, you know, this can be very interesting.
And so Julian's done a great job sitting on his D this whole game, and this is the timing right here. His last bombard's popped, he is popped. He's gonna get his culverin popped out. He just got his artillery combat. That's 15% HP on all of this right here. That just gave 72 HP to each bombard, which is going to essentially be another Culve shot here. And yeah, the bombards are just going to walk on in. And the Culve even getting a good trade as well, and probably going to get a second shot. They're locked? Not quite, but yeah, we've got 11 bombards, 3 Culve, and a bunch of AZAP. And unfortunately, there's only Dragoon, really. But a few Kurs getting mixed in, which is actually really great, because the AZAPs only counter in range.
It's just late, man. It's late, boss. It's very late, and oh my god, what a humongous shot right there. Taking down a culverin and a couple of others, getting damage right there. We are also seeing plantations on the side of PhoeniX, but you know what we've seen for the first time in this game, Big Boss? The score has gone up to the advantage of Otto. Otto is up ahead and scored. Ooh, what are we seeing there? We're seeing Grenadiers. Am I thinking what you're thinking, Big Boss? Have we seen the Church Guard being shipped from France? There we go, Middle Guard coming in as well. I might say a bit too late, maybe.
No, you know, with a full market trade and everything popping from this TC, it could be decent. He needs to get these Grenadiers in here, but they're not going to get in. This is going to be the fight right here, and we're going to see what happens. AZAP kind of just melting these Cuirassiers, melting the Goon, and yeah, this is going just about as bad as you could ever possibly hope for France.
It is going bad if your name is Jean-Pierre or Jean-Philippe, but if your name is Mehmet, this is a wet dream right now. If you got a Fenerbahce poster in your room, or you're a Galatasaray fan, you are yelling in your living room, because JulianK has carried the Ottomans to another victory and takes a commanding 2-0 lead. in this final series of the PK Clan tournament. What an amazing showcase of artillery in Age of Empires 3.
Wow. What a game. What a game. Both of these games so far have been actually insane. These are like super, super high level games. And Julian just showing that like he just knows what to do in each matchup and how to adapt, and he just did the correct thing and made the correct units and pushed at the correct time, and he just really waited until he was 200 pop with his like triple carded units on, you know, double upgraded AZAP, upgraded artillery, and he just clicks. And I mean, what do you do to kill this army? Like there's not really many combinations in this game that can ever beat what Julian has here.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely. This was an amazing showcase of just absolute build order knowledge.
And look at the
Julian right
resources gathered. Like PhoeniX is almost like double what Julian's gathered, but still somehow comes out with the win.
All right, guys. I have just been messaged by Chicks again, and he's saying everyone spam that exclamation mark finals in the chat again for a third giveaway of the night so far. So everyone spam it in the chat. I want to see a lot of exclamation marks, and I want to see a lot of finals. If you want to make a chance at winning some free merchandise for AoE3, there we go. That's how we fill up the chat right there, ladies and gentlemen. And who's hyped up for Game 3? Boss, this is getting a bit worrisome right now. It's 2-0, and we don't want to go to sleep yet. You're not tired. I'm not tired. We want to see Big PhoeniX back in this series. And I think I know what next civ he is going to play after this.
What do you think it's going to be?
Oh shit, my bad. It's MEMB. Finals and MEMB. Go for MEMB now. MEMB. God damn it, Chicks feeding me the wrong information. Fake news. Stop the count. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the comment section with MEMB. MEMB, MEMB, MEMB. 919 viewers right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reviving AoE3, whether the developers like it or not. And these two gentlemen giving us the entertainment have a big part to play in this. And again, a humongous thank you to Chicks and the PK Clan for hosting and organizing this event. They have been carrying the streaming scene and the content scene for the last couple of months now. A huge thank you to them again. And yeah, boss, I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited because we are going to see Lakota on a 4TP map. What are you thinking Big PhoeniX can counter this with?
Yeah, I'm not sure what civs he has in his arsenal that do really well versus Lakota. And Lakota do so well on this map. As you can see in the picture here, you have the 4 trade posts up top. And Lakota, just on this map, have such a good start. They can start with a TP, fast age, ship 700 wood, and they have all the TPs essentially by the time you're aged up as no matter what civ. And I guess as a counter, I think PhoeniX, yep, he's going to play France because France is a great pick on this map. You've got the livestock, which leads you to have a super fast age up time with the 1210. And Julian's going to be happy to play it, and I think that's going to be the matchup. Good luck to both. I'm going to get my ass out of there. What do you think?
Oh my god, guys. I think Chicks has won the lottery tonight. You know why, Big Boss?
Why?
You know what he's texting me? Ladies and gentlemen, he is texting me for the 4th time this evening. We are going to have a giveaway. Ladies and gentlemen, exclamation mark MEMB, MEMB, for a chance to win free Age of Empires 3 merchandise up a value of up to $25. Spam that MEMB in the chat. There we go. Let's get that engagement running high. Big Chick spending out the big bucks today for the community. You'll love to see it. Absolutely phenomenal. And there we go. Wow, this is hype, man. I gotta calm myself right there. I'm gonna go for a quick cigarette. Just a few puffs, and I'm right back with you when the game starts, Big Boss.
Enjoy. And so yeah, we're gonna see Lakota versus France on this map. I think both civs do extremely well. I'd probably give it a little bit of favor to Lakota just because the 4TP stagecoach is super strong. But France, again, a super strong civ in themselves. And I think with a strong 12-10 timing, perhaps they could age up to age 3 and get something done. But I guess we'll have to see. But Julian going to be leading the series 2-0 here. Both extremely, extremely close games. And I'm just really glad to see some high-level Age of Empires, honestly. This is exactly what you'd want out of a finals of a tournament. And I think both players are really showing the absolute best of themselves here. And so Gwillig G, it is going to be a best of 7. So right now it's 2-0 for Julian. I mean, this could be over in 2 more games. You never know, but... Maxi Beastie putting exclamation point OnlyBaus in chat, even though that does absolutely nothing. I appreciate you. Yeah, what do you guys think in the chat? If you had to give it to anybody, who do you think it would be? Do you think it's going to be France here, or do you think it's going to be Lakota here? And Zebox going to be the winner of the giveaway. Instantly typing in chat, wow, I won. Congrats to you, Zebox. That's a nice little prize there. You're making a little bit of money just from watching the series. You got to love it. Let's get a GG in the chat for Zeb. We all got absolutely cooked by him. GG, well played. A GG easy, perhaps. Okay, a little bit disrespectful. I like it. Zero and Beer not very happy about what's going on here. Maybe the next one you'll get. You never know. You never know. Is exclamation point OnlyBaus the next one? I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna put it just in case. Still waiting on the game here. Maybe they did a little bit of a switch up. You never know. You never know. Yeah. Nice. Oh, whoops. I do not want to join that game. No, get me out of there. We don't care about Jogo de Urso. Although I'm sure they're a fine player. Let's see what we got cooking here. Still no game. Maybe a Civ switch up. You never know. Because it's not like 100% final, you know?
All right, I'm back and I'm re-energized.
And that was
I've got my
perfect
nicotine
timing.
hits.
Perfect
It's
timing.
phenomenal timing.
Because we've got game number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the hell into this right here. We have got game number 3. It is currently 2-0 for Julian. And going to be spawning in the left of the map here. We have PhoeniX playing the France on Mongolia. Super strong Civ pick. We've got Julian playing Lakota in the right of the map here. And let's see what's going down. Really nice micro here. Uses the villager to take the Mongol scout treasure. The explorer crack shots 40 wood instantly. Same thing here, using a villager for PhoeniX to get the treasure. So his explorer can get faster walk time up here. And it looks like PhoeniX is going to be able to get this middle yak. This is kind of the 50-50 yak. And PhoeniX is going to be able to take it versus Lakota, which is pretty nice.
It's pretty huge. It's pretty huge, and I'm liking this scouting pattern so much more from PhoeniX right now. Managing to take a couple of these yaks early on, racing his explorer to the north side of the map, building the perfect TP right there, far away from France, because we know far away from Lakota. Excuse me. We know Lakota wants to take Stagecoach at some point in this game, so building that far TP away is very, very smart for him. And also denying. Look at this again, denying another yak from going over to Lakota. And for France, I think you know it better than me, but what's the sweet spot really for France on livestock to be able to get a perfect 12-10? Is it around 4 or 5 yaks that you need?
I mean,
you've already got 3.
Even if you get 3 yaks, that's kind of enough to get a pretty good 12-10. But yeah, if you get 4 yaks, I think you can almost get like a 2-minute 5-second age up time. And PhoeniX looks like he got that TP pass. Already the Vills coming in here, which is really nice. And Lakota only picked up 2 yaks. I mean, that's really good scouting from France to only have Lakota have 2, now 3 yaks. But France clearly ahead here on the yak count. And they're going to be slowly eating all these yaks. Maybe eating them a bit late, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to note. A little bit late. We could have had a little bit more efficiency there, but it matters not because he has spent a lot of his very fast APM, I have to say, on picking up these yaks. But yeah, this kind of scuffs it because we could have been aging by now if we would have eaten those yaks a little bit more efficiently. But he's eating these yaks one by one. Is he trying to keep these yaks maybe for later on in the game?
Yeah, I think, you know, PhoeniX is down in the series. He might be, just a little tilted, potentially. You never know what these players are thinking. And he ages up just kind of almost at a normal time with the livestock. It's not exactly what you want to see. And on the other hand, Julian gets a 13, almost idleless, it looks like, age up. Yeah. So really solid macro from Julian again.
Yeah, exactly. And for the people wondering why PhoeniX hasn't really gone for Brit, I would have guessed he would have gone for Brit game 1, but so far Saguenay and Mongolia, not really great Brit maps, especially not against Lakota here. We know we have Florida later on in the series, an amazing Brit map, so probably he's going to pick at the map before Florida. So in any case, if he loses, he can pick it again on Florida. I don't really know where that mentality he's going, but we're definitely going to see Brit. So for the people wondering where it is, don't worry, it will come. But who are you thinking won this age 1 so far? I'm slightly saying PhoeniX, but I'm saying it with a little bit of hesitance because at the end of the day, he didn't manage to get a very good 12-10. This is actually a late 12-10 if we're being honest.
Yeah. On a map like this, the 12-10 did come a bit late. And this is classic PhoeniX stuff, too. Just being really annoying, attacking a villager, snaring villagers. So good stuff out of PhoeniX. And not a fast age here from Lakota. So he's going for the Chief, which I actually really like versus France, because there will be a time where he potentially has to age up. And first shipment going to be 700 wood. I really like that. He'll be able to take some of the TPs. France up at a similar time. So that probably favors Lakota to be up so early. But we'll see what military building he goes for. A church? This looks like it could be a straight FF.
I love it.
I really like.
Love that. Yeah, I love it. There's 2 scenarios really that you want to go for France here. Either, no joke, you build a livestock pen and you fatten up these cows and you go for incredible musk husk production in age 2, or you go for the safer option, which is the age up after the 4 vills. And that's what he's opting for, right? He has the church early on because he knows that at some point in the next minute and a half he is going to probably lose that TP. Stagecoach already coming in from Lakota. And the most important thing in this game, boss, and you know that better than anyone else, right? It's tempo. If your opponent has Stagecoach, but he's stuck in H2, and you're producing H3 units, and he hasn't really damaged your base because he's been busy taking down that very far TP, which again is quite far from his FB, it's going to be around 20 seconds of walk time just to get to that TP with his clubman. It's going to allow France to get unharmed into H3, and we've only seen a batch of 3, which is even worse for him. It's going to mean that there's going to be so much time taken off the clock trying to get down that TP that would probably benefit a couple of passes from the Stagecoach. So if you ask me who I would rather be in this game right now, it's definitely PhoeniX.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, Julian's missing out essentially on like 40% of his siege here from that missed batch, and he's going for Seaton in the next batch here. I think that's because he scouted the racks here. Julian did, yeah. But there's no Musketeers going to be coming out from PhoeniX. He's going to be up, and that kind of forced these Seaton out, and I think PhoeniX is in an okay spot. He's fine to lose this TP, and we'll see how Julian adapts here. He's going to ship Seaton, which isn't the correct adaptation here.
It might be, because we might be seeing a situation that we saw in the Euro game where France was aging up and all of a sudden he got pushed by 1,000,000 units. But the problem is there aren't 1,000,000 units here out on the floor for Lakota, are there? There's just the 4 acts right now that are going to be focused on by the TC. Ooh, Villager probably going to go down.
Wow.
Yeah, and he pathing abused himself there, and that's big. Losing a CDB that early is pretty big right here.
Yeah, that's not what you want as PhoeniX. Going into game 3, you're down 2-0 and you just get absolutely just annoyed with the pathing there, and he loses a Vil. That's huge.
Yeah, it is pretty big. Seaton's there. Finally, that TP goes down, but not before at least 3 stagecoach passes have gone the way of France there. So that is quite valuable, I would say, for PhoeniX here. But yeah, we've got 17 Seaton Bowmans. France is already up in H3. Let's see what France is going to do. Shipment-wise, what we're going to see from him here, if we switch over to his perspective really quickly. I think 3 Curse could be humongous here, but instead we're going to see some Skirmishers. Skirmishers is going to be tough because you've got the Axe on the floor and a couple more Axe being trained behind it, and the Axemen are not really being focused down, the Axe Riders, and Skirmishers in a stand-and fight won't even do that amazing against Seaton Bowman. Seaton's will actually trade better than the Skirmishers in a stand-and fight situation.
Yeah, and a decent hold here for France, but I think this is kind of what Julian wants. He's getting a lot of idle time. He didn't get a terrible trade, and now he has the 4 TP stage kind of up and running. But the one thing here is that Julian's not up. I feel like there's a scenario in which...
brave push out.
Yeah, I feel like Julian could have been up here potentially, and now he's kind of bleeding a few units, and his push isn't going to be too strong. 3 Axe come in, some Vils and Minutemen probably going to be able to just deal with this. Maybe with some TC fire as well.
He is, but France is constantly being idled. You're saying that he's bleeding units. I don't really see it as being bleeding units. If we can switch over to France's perspective, let's see what's coming in next. There we go. We are seeing the 3 Curse coming in right now. Oh, another CDB going down there for France. That is actually huge right there.
Yeah, and I think Lakota's starting to become in a super good position here. All this idle time plus just not really the strongest answers here from France. I mean, this Explorer's tanking so much damage. You have Seaton, you have Club going to be able to siege down this market. More units flooding in, and just the Stagecoach TPs is too much eco. You just see an endless flood of Lakota units just coming in.
Okay, there's a lot of Clubmen right there, and that is a very unfortunate pop of those Cuirassiers. They're going to be snared by the Axe Riders, and the Club Warriors are going to be able to pounce on the curves right there. And yeah, the CDBs are not really in a position where they're killing all too many units. They're tanking quite a lot, but they're not killing anything really. And whenever you're seeing H3 France being behind on score against H2 Lakota, you know it's not going good for France.
Yeah, especially because these TPs are worth 4 villagers each at the top of the map, and that's not really factored into the score. So Lakota underscores because of no houses, no buildings, as well as just Stagecoach underscores. And the fact that the scores are even right now is looking really bad for France. And yeah, he's just fully idled in his TC. He's going to ship 5 Dragoons, which, you know, will be decent, but is it going to be enough? And another villager going to be dying here. And that's going to be game 3. Wow.
What a dominant performance so far from JulianK. It's just absurd. The man makes no mistakes right now. He is playing absolutely flawless right now. It is an absolute execution. He is playing this like a surgeon. And ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing one of the most dominant tournament game performances so far. And I'm thinking to myself, does PhoeniX have what it takes mentally to keep on going here?
Yeah, I think at this point in the series, I mean, you've just got to be a bit tilted. I mean, losing that early villager and then just kind of playing against what feels like an unbeatable Civ almost on this map. Just super good to get the 4 TP stage, and there's no real way to deny it or punish it. And, you know, PhoeniX was trying to do what Julian did game 1 with France and hold the CDBs and age up and kind of get that timing. But the difference is you've got 4 TP stage versus game 1. It was just a kind of like Eero, which just doesn't feel as strong. And Julian up 3-0 very, very convincingly as well.
Guys, more good news. Just got a message from Sam. So far, all the AoE 3 players, all the winners have been AoE 3 players. We're trying to give away some more Memb TV merch. So the AoE 2 players that are currently watching as well, spam the !Memb so we can give 3 more giveaways of Memb TV merch. right now, ladies and gentlemen. Spam, memb, 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 and let's see who will be the next winners of the 3 giveaways we've got planned so far for you guys. But back to the game, boss. This is really the big thing, right? In AoE 3, we often say that we don't have pro players. We say that we have very high level players, very skilled players. But when you're watching a player like Julian play right now, you're watching the execution. You're watching the seriousness he plays with. Is this not a pro player in your eyes?
I think I'd argue the top 4 players are definitely pro players, and that being like Revnak, Julian, Ketterboy, and PhoeniX. I'd argue they're all definitely pro players, just because they're micro, macro, are all just like a level above kind of the rest of the players. And I think what sets Julian apart from most of these top level players is really his decision making. I think Age of Empires is a game where at the top level, kind of everyone, I'd even say myself, I have equal micro, maybe slightly less macro than these top level players. But what sets Julian apart is his builds and his executions, which everyone can do, but the adaptations is what really sets him apart. How he's able to just read the game, and just send the correct shipment, push at the correct time, read when someone's aging, read when someone's massing, and adapt correctly. I think that's what makes Julian such a special player, and you've kind of seen that throughout this series. He's done all the correct adaptations, and even like myself as a caster, I thought in Game 3 it wasn't a correct adaptation to just ooga booga age 2 click TC, but clearly Julian knows it better than I do, and he plays well and does the right thing every game.
Exactly. It kind of feels like an optimized AI watching Julian right now. And, as one of Ketter's best friends in the game, it hurts me not seeing him in the finals. Because I know that the only player that can really stop Julian when he plays like this is Ketterboy.
Yeah.
Because I know that what Julian has, which is his incredible game knowledge paired with his impeccable micro, macro, and decision making, Ketterboy can match him on the same aspect. We're seeing PhoeniX at the highest elo ever obtained right now because he has incredible multitasking abilities. He's incredibly good at microing. He's all over the map. He's so suffocating to play against. But against a player like Julian, where he doesn't really lose vills, and mechanically he's so sound, you're seeing the flaws in his game come up all of a sudden. And that's why I'm arguing right now that this version of Julian that he is playing right now, at this current moment, this series, probably not other series before or after, I have never seen anyone play at this level specifically. The awareness of matchups, the preparation for each map, the knowledge of build orders, the adaptation, as you have said, the execution when it comes to mechanical abilities, micro, macro, being able to punch units down without losing villagers in that France game was extremely, extremely impressive. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it in my life before in AoE 3.
And looks like PhoeniX is going to pick Brits here. I think it's about time. PhoeniX is known for his Brits. If you look at his free food party, his, just every single game he plays on the ladder to get to this number 1 elo in the world has all been played with Brits. So I think it makes sense he's going to pick Brits here. And perhaps he's kind of been shooting himself in the foot by, thinking Brits isn't, it's not the best, like, specialized civ for certain maps. It's just kind of a generally good civ, but it's his bread and butter. It's what he plays, and I think he's getting back to the basics here. And we'll see if he can if he can pick up some momentum here, if he can save himself from the clean sweep here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm rooting for him this game. I'm gonna be very biased about this. Sorry, I am definitely rooting for him in this. But before the game starts, I have seen a couple of comments mentioning Haza. I have been a victim of Haza abuse before in tournaments, so I can vouch for Haza being an incredible player. But the one thing that Haza lacks, that because I would argue he's better than Julian, right? The only thing he lacks that I haven't seen Julian make any mistakes in is his ability to be a bot. Now, what I mean with being a bot is I don't mean it in a negative connotation. Julian is a literal AI. When you tell the AI, I want the optimized version of an Age of Empires 3 player, which means he is not going to lose vills, he is not going to take fights he doesn't need, he is not going to to execute a strategy that is wrong, and he's going to adapt to everything the opponent does. I haven't seen Haza do that. I've seen Haza come into a game with a certain civ and a certain game plan and execute it perfectly, but sometimes the adaptation isn't there, but he'll just win because he'll out micro the opponent, right? But with Julian, it's like kind of like he's forcing you to keep playing at his pace and his build, regardless to what you're doing. And we've kind of seen that in that France game where we felt like PhoeniX was doing the better decision by aging up, and Julian still went for the same quote unquote bot thing to do, which was push him in H2, and he still managed to win because the build itself was so oppressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
We're seeing the best comment in the day: weaponized autism. Exactly. Sensei. That's exactly what it is.
And speaking of that, we got our caster gonna weaponize that right now. Bring us in, big ol' shake. Game 4.
All right, let's use my tism this time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 4, and most likely, maybe, who knows, the deciding game of this finals of the PK Clan Winter Tournament, $10,000 tournament, and on the north side of the map, this beautiful map of Tax Haven, Florida, in the color teal, we are seeing JulianK playing as the French, and on the south side of the map, his opponent today, the #1 player in the world on the ladder with his main squeeze, PhoeniX, playing in the color blue as the British Empire. This should be an absolute banger. PhoeniX, right now, he's a wounded animal. He's caged up. He's with his back against the wall, and he decides to press the nuclear button. We are going to see Brit, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be a phenomenal game. I can already tell neither one of these players is going to go down easily here.
Yeah, and we finally got the main squeeze. Uh-oh. Julian bringing out the big guns here. He's going for the back herds and maybe even this treasure steal. This is going to be huge. This is a decider. And here we go. PhoeniX finally getting a really solid age 1. Going to pick up the 80 food of the villager and back herd. Interesting he didn't decide to build a manor out there, but I mean, regardless, he's just killing hunts on this side of the map. He does not care.
Oh my god. Guys, if Florida has one thing that isn't as plentiful and bountiful on this map, is your starting hunts.
Oh,
They're not
no.
all that great. And being able to just take away a starting hunt is huge. Are we going to see a complete Mentalo Colapso here? Because Julian might lose a second treasure, and he does. PhoeniX coming up with the 40 wood now after that 80 food. Now PhoeniX feels confident. Now he knows, okay, I've got an extreme upper hand here. I have managed to herd away a starting hunt. I have managed to steal 2 treasures on the bounce. And I'm taking this native scout to very low HP right now. He must be absolutely happy about how this game has started so far.
And he's winning the Age 1 war as well. I mean, he's up in HP against the Explorer, forcing the France Explorer back. I mean, this is the dream scenario. This is what you need to come back into a seat. And you have Julian back herding. I mean, everything is going perfectly here for PhoeniX. He's stolen a treasure. He's back herded. He's done it all.
This is, I see people being absolutely livid at what PhoeniX is doing. Boys, this is a $10,000 tournament, and he is on match point about to lose the series. I would back herd every single hunt I get, and if I would have the opportunity to gather his starting crates, I would as well. This is a competitive tourney, guys. Let's be real. PhoeniX is doing everything he can to get himself mentally back in the game, and I am completely on board with the decisions he's made so far, because look at what position it's got him in. He has absolutely won Age 1. France is aging relatively late from what I can see, This hasn't really been a great 12-10 for him. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. Age up gonna hit it around what? Closer to 4 minutes now?
I'm gonna give it a
Around
350.
3.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah.
350 flat.
Exactly. So yeah, this was amazing gameplay so far by PhoeniX.
Yeah, PhoeniX just super far ahead now. I mean, this is exactly what you want. 350 flat. How good is the prediction? 349. We'll take it though. So yeah, Fran's gonna still be up a little earlier. He's got the 12-10. He's always got that going for him. But yeah, I mean, Brit just doing Brit things. He's got manners up in the mid map for a bit of line of sight. He did a bit of toxic back hurting. It is what it is. It's a tournament. You got to do what you got to do. He's down 3-0. Can you blame the man? But he's gotten almost every treasure on the map. Finally, France is gonna get one decently big treasure. And France gonna go for the in-base racks, pretty safe. Maybe for like some sort of musketeer semi and/or like pressure. I guess we'll see by the second card. It looks like he's gonna stage 2 a little bit. And Brits on the other hand, just gonna drop his tower, age up tower mid map, racks right behind it, and just gonna see if he can secure all these hunts. If he can secure these hunts under his TC as well, just look how much food he's gonna have. It's actually gonna be insane.
Prêt. Votre ordre? Prêt. Oui.
And France just batching 5 musketeers. What's PhoeniX training? Also musketeers, so pretty standard stuff from both.
Yeah, this situation as a France main, what do you think is France's game plan from here on out? Because you're obviously not in a commanding or winning position at the moment in the game. Map is with Brit. Brit had the beta age 1. Then you're kind of forced to build a barracks at the back of your base, and you can't really timing Brit in H2 either. What is your game plan here?
Well, it looks like Julian knows his game plan, and that game plan is probably going to be a double racks timing push. And so he's just going to mass musketeers, ship 8 bow, and he probably will have the bigger mass for a little bit, but with a tower and a racks and a shipment point at the tower, I think Brit should be able to hold.
For anyone interested in UFC, Ian Gary just absolutely smacked Bilal Muhammad into another universe and won the fight. So, oh my god. That is kind of insane. Yeah,
Standard stuff from Brit. 700 wood, 600 wood, pretty normal stuff. Ooh, but okay. 700 coin from France. So it's not going to be this like 8 bow, 20 musk, 8 bow timing push. It looks like it could be an age up or it could be to mass. It's kind of uncertain right now because he could cancel this in age or he could mass these. And it looks like he's requeuing. Again, this is just like a little, note from a top level player. What Julian's doing here is he's shipping the coin, and if he were to get pushed, he'd finish this batch of musketeers. But Julian has no intention of training this if he's not getting pushed. And he is getting pushed, he sees the mass, and this is where Julian decides, am I going to complete the batch or not? And he decides not to. He was queuing and re-queuing, seeing if he'll train the batch. And in the end, he decides not to make it. And he's going to click up
just
here.
Just not enough musketeers from Brit for him to feel threatened enough to cancel the age up, right?
Right, exactly. And I think that's a great decision by Julian here. Again,
simultaneously though, boss, we kind of have the same scenario as with Eero, right? But this time we don't have ranged pikes and tomahawks. We have British units right now in a comfort pick, and it feels like France is kind of stuck with its back against the wall again, where it has 16 villagers being belled up right now. And again, you can see the mental aspect of that age 1, and Julian being a little bit on tilt, because there is no reason why Julian should have 16 vills instead of 10 vills in the TC right now. It's not a mistake he usually makes, but right now he's just not feeling it, not being able to finish that batch as well. Having a shipment queued up, but kind of being mismacroed, and there we go. 8 skirms coming in as the first shipment. Brit, on the other hand, on 150 manor pop, 37 villagers out on the floor, ahead economically, full map control, and probably looking for an age up right now.
Yeah, Brit's definitely looking for an age up. So a nice 700 wood, 600 wood, gets a nice manor pop, good eco. He's sitting at 38 vills. And then 700 coin to age up. And I look at the vill count right now. So 38 versus 22. And the France vills are essentially a quarter better than the normal villagers. So it's
Oui.
kind of like 20, like quick maths, like 27, 28 vills here for France. So Brit's up 10 vills. He's up right now in age. He's aging to 3. And it's on France to see if these 8 skirmishers can make anything happen. And no longbows out from British here, so these 8 skirms can force back a lot here, but in the time Brits has to age here, I'm not sure that France is going to be able to get enough done to make up for a 10 villager deficit. And you can,
Yeah, that's true. Like the 10 deficit that you're saying, and also the lack of any real siege right now from France is concerning, because Brit is just going to age up a little bit slower, yes, but again, with humongous mass behind it and with full map control, basically. So many villagers coming out, so many more manors, view on the entire map. Longbows are going to come out now, and that's really the Achilles heel of France in H3. Like, how do you kill longbows without a substantial mass of either cuirassiers or the advantage in falconets? Like, killing H2 longbows is already hard. Try killing H3 longbows as France.
and it looks like France might be able to get this front racks down, but even if that's the case, I'm not sure it fully matters. Is France going to do a curse switch here? He's going to go for falconets, and I think in the time Brits ages, he'll be able to get his own falconets, and with the longbows, his longbows are just kind of a bit better than skirmishers here.
I think they're a lot better than skirmishers. I don't even think it's close. I think in a stand and fight, there is not a single skirmisher unit in the game that actually stands and fight with longbows. Not even Abus can stand and fight with longbows. It's just suicidal.
And you get 7 longbow from the age up from Brits, and he's going to be shipping musketeers, which could be a bit of a misplay if any changes it to Falcons. Really great adaptation.
Yeah. There we go. And I also like the veteran longbows coming in before the veteran musketeers. Oh, that bill is toast.
Yeah, that bill is cooked in there. Yeah.
Look at that. The light infantry war going into British favor immediately, and with this amount of longbows, he can even use them in the Falk Wars, and he's not really scared of France overtaking him in skirmisher war. Because now, yeah, there we go again. France is shipping 7 skirms while having, like, what, 12 skirms out on the field? Or 10 skirms? This is just not enough to be able to counter Brit right here with his 24 longbows currently out on the field.
It's funny because
both
players are going for the same, mass here. It's kind of like light infantry, Musk, Falk, and I think it definitely favors Brits. Although 2 vills going down for Brits.
Ooh, lock-on shot right there on the Falconet. Villagers moving back. Let's see what PhoeniX decides to do. Does he decide to stick around and fight? Yes, he does. And he manages to take down a Falconet from France, not losing his own Falconet. There we go. Manages to win the Falk War. Now has a Falconet to the better of France right now. And not only is his light infantry mass bigger and better, he also has the Falconet advantage. And this is looking incredibly dicey for Julian right now. You're going for a suboptimal composition in Musk Skirm against Musk Longbow, which is just objectively better. And not only that, you're also a Falconet down, which not only provides Brit with siege, it just means that he's going to win every fight that has infantry involved in it, as long as his mass stays around about equal, which, knowing Brit, it's probably going to be bigger than Francis.
Yes, ready.
Yeah, I mean, having a free Falconet here is just absolutely insane. And he's shipping 5 Huss, he's making Huss, and PhoeniX is going for a bit of a Huss switch. Same thing here with Julian, but you can see in the score, PhoeniX is just kind of 4K score ahead, and he's up in villagers, he's up in kind of absolutely everything. But Julian is going for the curse switch. He is going for counter infantry rifling from the arsenal, which is a really good upgrade. It makes the multiplier on the skirms from ×2 to ×3 for heavy infantry. And that is the one advantage skirmishers have over longbow. There's 2 advantages. One is they can kite, which longbow can't do too effectively. And 2 is they actually have a better multiplier versus the musketeers, as well as France has better cavalry actually. So there is a world in which, Brits could get cleaned up by a bit of a curse switch here. But as of right now, he's definitely ahead in the game. Brits is.
Yeah, this is kind of where I want to see Brit kind of lean in more to Dragoons. rather than depend on Musketeers, because Musketeers aren't the best anti-cavalry unit in the game.
And it looks like this is going to be the fight.
Cavalry
Explorer gets bought back. Minutemen are coming in. Even a bit of a Vil pull coming out. And this Falconet's not going to get too much value. Could do a bit of a pull trick.
A very nice pull there. Very nice pull. Tricking that Falconet back. I want to see him turn around right about now. There we go. Managing to trap all of these cuirassiers on top of the Musketeers, actually. Longbows in the back. Now the Falconet is going to get out huge damage. France's army is really not where it wants to be. So much blue mass protecting that Falconet and protecting those longbows. Falconet finally goes down, but the amount of shots it took to actually take down that Falconet was humongous by the villagers and the skirmishers, and the longbows are just absolutely going to town right now. These Hussars are body blocking and just soaking up so much damage at this point. The Musketeers are still in large numbers, managing to be there and protect the longbows from the cuirassiers that are coming in. The longbows are now having to think about retreating though, because the cuirassiers, yes, they're down, but there's still a lot of villagers, a lot of CDBs, a lot of Musketeers and skirmishers for France there. I would say it was quite an equal trade for the position that Brit was being put in. At least France had with the CDBs more units, but PhoeniX managed to make this the best scenario out of quite a bad position and managed to wriggle himself free out of this. Very nice trade for him so far. Now Musketeers on the south side are engaged with the longbows from Brit. Hussars, a very nice job snaring these Musketeers on the south side, and on the north side these longbows are just trying to take out these skirmishers. And look at how much damage these minor numbers of longbows on the north is making on these bigger numbers of skirmishers right there, really giving France a world of hurt. And on the south side and on the north side, the France mass is just evaporating. Dragoons finally coming in here for France to counter these Hussars. Hussars still H2, not upgraded yet for PhoeniX. If he has something to do that he needs to improve on, it's that. But Brit is taking a 6k score, and now these Hussars managed to find the skirmishers. And ladies and gentlemen, the fat lady hasn't sung yet, and PhoeniX is still very well alive in this series, and he manages to claw back and take a game. 3-1, series back on the table.
Wow. I think absolutely everything that could have gone PhoeniX's way went his way. He had the back hurting, which bit toxic, bit controversial. Oh well. It's a tourney. Do what you got to do, I guess. But he gets the treasure steal. He gets the second treasure steal. He gets, you know, a nice treasure in the middle of the map. Just everything age 1 going his way, and that kind of snowballed him to just be okay to keep up with the France tempo. And the main squeeze coming out here from PhoeniX, playing his main Civ, Brits, and pulls out the first win here. So maybe a comeback in the series. You never know. And yeah, as you can see, Brit's just ahead in economy, ahead in Vil count, which it's slightly misleading because the France Vils are a bit more efficient, but still just super ahead, and just able to get ahead in military, take good fights, and even with the Vil pull, just comes out on top. And that's going to make the series 3-1, so potentially a comeback here. You never know. You always got to keep a strong mental. But GG to PhoeniX there on that one. Just kind of ahead in every aspect of the game. And maybe shooting himself in the foot by not playing his main Civ. And if you guys want to put an exclamation point PhoeniX in chat, that will enter you for the next giveaway. Looks like they're going to be rolling in 1 minute for the giveaway. Wow. So really nicely done for PhoeniX. You know, it's really hard when you're playing these tourney series. Like, and I know just like from being in the tournament, when I played my series versus Revnak and you're kind of down 2-0, it's very hard to like keep the mental of being able to, you know, like play really solid and do absolutely everything. Just because Age is such an intricate game, so many things are going with micro, macro, decision making, build orders, that if you're down in a series, it's very easy to just start playing a bit sloppy. And you can see that even though PhoeniX is down 3-0, that he was really able to just play like super solid Age of Empires. Almost everything was perfect that game, and he gets his first win. So Grats to PhoeniX, and we'll see if he can keep this one a competitive series.
Yeah, that's very, very nice indeed. I'm very happy that we are going to see more games here, boss. Always a pleasure casting with you. And on a more fun note, the current live viewer count is 669. Nice.
Yeah, shout out to the
Amazing.
AoE2 boys. Shout out to Mem. Shout out to, I believe there was one other raid. I forget exactly who it was. But shout out to you guys for coming and joining and watching the AoE3 experience here. It's nice to have some high viewer counts. It's definitely just motivating, you know, more people watching, more hype, more everything. So shout out PK Clan, shout out Mem, shout out AoE2, shout out everyone that's watching in chat. I'm having a really fun time casting. I always enjoy this. So the more opportunities there are for high level games, tournaments, and just overall community engagement, it's nice to see for the game. And I bet everyone in chat, I bet you guys are enjoying this a lot as well.
Oh, definitely.
And shout out
Definitely,
to
definitely,
Great
definitely.
They. He said shout out to my mom. So shout out to Great They's mom as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out to my mom. I love my mom. She's beautiful. She's a fantastic woman. So shout out my mom. Shout
I
out
love my
Shake's
mom,
mom.
too.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone's mom, especially Boss's mom, for making such a beautiful big boy like Boss.
And really just shout out to Shake's mom as well. I love Shake's mom. She loves me, and it's just a really good time overall.
I love your mom so much as well. I wouldn't even dare say a negative word about that beautiful woman.
I wouldn't say absolutely anything negative about your mom or any of the experiences that I've shared with her.
Yeah, I would not go as far about going into detail the experiences I've had with your mom because I respect her too much for it.
Right.
But you know, let's just keep it at Felix and Julian's moms at the moment because
Yeah.
they're the ones that their sons are in the finals. Our moms are a bit disappointed in us right now, sitting there on the cuck chair and casting this instead of being in the finals. You know.
Yeah, our moms have to sit here and watch us cast the series that, you know, potentially both of us. This could have been us in the finals. You never know. So.
Yeah, man. If I managed to beat Psionic and then beat Keter and then beat Phoenix, I would have been up there.
Very
But,
true.
It wasn't to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be.
Yeah, this guy right here is a big noob.
Who's that guy in rank 8? What a shitter, bro.
Oh, you're rank 8? Damn, we're kind of... Got some OP casters with you today. Look at us. Maybe point sitting a
Two
little
top
bit,
10
but, you
players.
know, it's whatever.
A little bit.
Okay, well, you know, I got my
Just
way
a
up
little
there, so, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Oh, we're gonna see an upset today by the looks of things. Rank 4 is up on rank 1, 3-1 so far. So maybe Elo isn't as
True.
good as it is, you know.
Well, technically, Julian is also the rank 2 account. That's a Smurf, so it is rank 1 and 2. But yeah, Elo doesn't mean anything. It's all about skill.
It's all about how addicted you are to this game, basically.
And look at the mindset shift of PhoeniX. So in game 1, when they were, let me just say good luck, and get out of here. But in game 1, when they were, negotiating Civ picks, Julian offered France as a mirror, and PhoeniX declined that. And that just goes to show the mental of, PhoeniX didn't have faith in himself to, do a France mirror. But now he just won his Brit game. The series is 3-1. He's starting to come back into it. And now PhoeniX is saying, screw it. I'm going to go France. Let's mirror. And I think that's a huge thing. Confidence is such a big thing in just games in general, especially Age of Empires, that you have to have the confidence that you're going to micro, macro, and do everything well to win. And PhoeniX now has that confidence. He's going to go for the mirror matchup. It's going to be a France mirror on this map, and we'll see if that confidence serves him well.
And you can definitely see it by the one-word replies as well. It's like, I'm itching to get into this game. France or mirror.
Yeah.
No debating, no arguing. Just let's get into it already and let's give these people a show they deserve.
Exactly. And I'm just looking here. We haven't had a best of 7, so I'm going to look at what the other maps are. Palmer. So right now we're playing Arctic Territories, which we've seen in the best of 5s. This is going to be map 5, currently 3-1 for Julian. But then we also have Pomerania. Honestly, I'm going to take a quick look just to see what that map even is. I'm a bit of a noob. I don't know the names of each map.
We've got
Where's
big
Pomerania?
Merchants 315 in the chat typing Inshallah we will win, and then followed up by Anders Onktir saying Julian kill all. It is sounding a bit like Julian is creating a new religion out here. It's called Julianism. It's amazing to watch right now.
So-
The abilities that Julian has is just beyond our scope of imagination right now.
Sending a quick text. Bad caster here.
Podcaster. Julianism.
And let's see what we got going. Are they ready for us yet? Not quite. Okay, they are. Getting into the game
should
really
be good.
quick here. So maybe that serves well for PhoeniX. He's got a bit of momentum here from last game.
Yep.
But yeah, so
That's true.
3-1 for JulianK. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 5, PK Clan Tournament number 5. In the north of the map, Julian spawning in as France, instantly picking up a 50 wood treasure. Absolutely beautiful for him. In the south, PhoeniX also playing France, spawning in. Not sure if he picked up a treasure. He didn't yet, but also playing France. Both players going straight for the TPs, standard stuff. Mirror matchup. Expect to see a pretty close game here. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. I mean, this already feels quite a lot better for Julian getting that 50 wood here. This isn't really a 12-10 map. I'm kind of surprised at the picks of both players here going for France. I would have expected something a bit more FF rather than semi-FF here. Maybe a Spain pick, an auto pick from either player. Going for France is questionable here. Not really a France map, but it just shows France currently the best civ in the game. You can play it on basically any map that has a TP, and you can be fine. And especially when your opponent is going to be playing France, you don't want to counter it with anything else but France, because you're kind of in the backseat when you do. So 50 wood coming in. Okay, we are going to see our first contestant of the game. And I
PhoeniX.
think PhoeniX got it.
Oh!
No, Julian managed to get it. Wow. So from going from an incredible age 1 for PhoeniX last game, all of a sudden we're seeing an incredible age 1 for Julian now, not only managing to pick up 50 wood in his base, managing to take 90 food and running away, pull tricking his explorer with his native scout. In a mirror matchup, Julian is looking phenomenal right now in this age 1.
Yeah, and if you look at the resource counts, so you have PhoeniX at, let's say, 450 food right now. So yeah, you're about 50 food ahead here as Julian, and 50 wood ahead, which is huge in a mirror. But it actually goes to show PhoeniX's macro is a bit more precise. The fact that that was a 90 food treasure and the food counts are kind of close. Look at how precise he is around the TC. Julian the same, but just somehow PhoeniX slightly more efficient macro is going to make up a little bit for that treasure. Although now the count's
you
starting
had
to...
the one Vil going away to pick up the 50 wood and hurting, so I kind of take it back with the 50 wood. It wasn't as pivotal as we thought it would be in the beginning, especially if PhoeniX manages to macro this well in age 1. We are seeing 100 food going PhoeniX's way now, which would have been much better obviously earlier in the game, but he'll definitely take it.
Yeah, you can't be mad at getting 100 food. Would have helped nicer for the age up to get it earlier, but can't complain about a free 100 food. A lot of coin treasures in the middle of the map, which could be nice here for PhoeniX to pick up. And normal stuff going on, just some herding, getting hunts under TC. No back herding shenanigans, which is nice to see. A nice gentleman's game this time. But
Nice integrity.
yeah, high integrity game. Shout out Revnak.
Shout out Academy.
If you know, you know. But yeah, pretty standard stuff. But Julian gonna be slightly ahead in the age up times here. So we're at like just past the O for PhoeniX, and yeah, Julian's already getting to the G.
Yeah, that's true. So Julian is quite ahead. I mean, marginally on the age up, which he will be absolutely very happy about. But another big treasure going again, probably PhoeniX's way. But as I'm saying this treasure is going to be contested here in the middle of the map by Julian's Explorer. Let's see if Julian's Explorer actually has a crack shot or not. And Phoenix's Explorer is quite low HP here. It's not looking like he's going to be able to survive to pick up this treasure. It's probably the CDB that will have to do the picking up here. If we can zoom in a little bit closer on the treasure to see who will ultimately get it, it looks like Julian is going to get away with it with this absolute humongous. That's 100 wood
Oui.
in early age too. That is huge. And not only that, right now, Julian is chasing Phoenix's Explorer to try and take him down again.
And so Julian's scouting the forward racks here from PhoeniX. Interesting to go for a forward racks in a mirror. Could be a bit risky, potentially, but seems all right. And Julian placing a racks kind of on the same side here. That racks actually might be at a TC range, which could be not the greatest potentially down the road, but both players doing the same thing, both shipping 4 vills. As you can see, tempo-wise, Julian's just slightly ahead. His 4 vills came in earlier. Julian's already shipping 700 wood, whereas PhoeniX is behind in the XP curve from that XP treasure in the middle. Kind of now just going to be shipping that 700 wood, I assume. So Julian just slightly ahead in kind of everything that's happened this game due to those, the 50-50s of the 90 food and that 130 XP going his way. But the one positive here is that this Rax is close to the TP, so perhaps PhoeniX is going to be able to get some siege damage down, but he needs to be careful that he doesn't get poked down here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm kind of worried as well for PhoeniX here because he's going to be a musketeer down. That's already quite huge, especially in a mirror. And judging by the Revnak versus Julian series, Julian knows how to play against this H2 aggression from France in a mirror. He showcased it against Revnak and quite easily won that game on Great Plains. And I'm kind of worried for PhoeniX he's going to fall into the same category here and not really have an answer to the counterplay that Julian has prepared for him.
Yeah, so I mean, Julian's already up a musketeer. He's already got his second racks down, and oh, PhoeniX gonna go for a stable, and that stable's also gonna be forward. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this. I think double pumping Musk just kind of beats the Musk Huss.
Definitely, and especially with... Ooh, did he miss his batch or no? I don't think so, no. PhoeniX got a full 5 batch out.
And super
Very
nice
for him.
adaptation from Julian. I really like doing this as well with the 700 wood. You can mix 5 bows, ship the 8 bows, so even when the 8 bows come from the TC of PhoeniX, he'll be down 5 in the light infantry war. As well as the 8 bows from PhoeniX, if he chooses to send them, will come later, but gonna go for 3 Huss.
3 Huss coming in. This is looking, composition-wise, it's looking awful for PhoeniX right now. Because we have a double batch of 10 musketeers coming in, got 13 crossbows, and what is it, 25-ish musketeers on the field out for Julian right now. Julian is looking like composition-wise, he's very far ahead, and we can see it reflected in the score right now. Explorer for Julian alive as well, managing to scout a little bit more the composition of PhoeniX right now, bleeding a unit or 2 here or there. And as Callan mentioned in the comments as well, in chat, sorry, he's just going to get bulldozed down. This forward racks is not long for this world, as it looks like. And this engagement is going to be quite tough for PhoeniX. He's going to have to out-micro incredibly hard to win against this light infantry, heavy infantry composition with pure Musk Huss, and especially with the supporting, what is it, 8 musketeers coming in from JulianK that is now finally going to commit here. As a response to that, PhoeniX on the north side is going to go and raid inside of Julian's base, trying to see if he can pick off a couple of villagers, but Julian is well aware to this and has garrisoned his vills accordingly, not going to lose a single villager. There we go, managed to garrison all of his economy. And yes, the idle time is pretty nice for PhoeniX, but simultaneously he's losing, what is it, 400 wood worth of buildings, and Minutemen are coming in on the back side of the map right now. Musketeers coming in, supporting from PhoeniX, from, you know, the last batch before the barracks went down. Musketeers now from Julian coming in to support the crossbows, so the crossbows are not going to be under threat by the Hussars anymore. Hussar numbers have gone down to 4 only, and you can see the incredible differences in mass right now between the Musketeers from PhoeniX and between the Musketeers from Julian. And PhoeniX is in this awkward position where he really wants to mass more in H2, judging by his macro, but he doesn't even have military buildings out, and this could be an equalizer actually. Very big raid out here coming for PhoeniX. One CDB going down, second CDB going down, and Julian is very slow to react to this raid right now. A third CDB is going to go down. This is the most villagers I think he's lost all series combined. 4 CDB going down. Is he going to commit for a 5th? He probably is, and he will get the 5th CDB going down. This is 5 Coeur de Bois going down right now for Julian. On the other end, PhoeniX is aging with the Exiled Prince. He is going up to the next stage. He's getting timings pushed by Julian, but as we say this simultaneously, if Julian somehow manages to not kill PhoeniX in this push and PhoeniX manages to hold, he's in an excellent position, at least economically.
Yeah, if PhoeniX is able to hold here, he's going to be up only 3 villagers after killing 5. Probably lost 1 or 2 at the FB. He's going to be running his vills behind the TC. This is going to be really dicey for PhoeniX to hold, especially with no shipment. Minutemen coming in now, buys back the Explorer. This is everything
I think this is awesome for PhoeniX.
And it turns out really great.
Because this is all of Julian's mass right here, and this is what he's banking on winning this game with. Minutemen, CDB, and H2 Musketeers are doing a phenomenal job, and all of the crossbows are down. Yes, we lose a CDB here, but at least the CDBs that we lost from PhoeniX have gotten actual value by slowing down the Musketeer mass. And look at how many units are going down when you're looking at it for Julian. And if Julian's not aging behind this, he's in a humongous world of trouble. We've got 23 CDBs out on the floor for PhoeniX, and wait, 22 for Julian. We have the same CDBs.
So net effect is CDB count is probably going to be up 2 roughly for PhoeniX with the age up time and whatnot. So we're going to be up 2 vills as PhoeniX, but he did lose essentially 400 wood and 2 military buildings, whereas Julian still has 2
just restart the
raxes.
stream on Discord, please, because it's giving out of static noises if we can. Thank you.
Got you. Is that also happening on the stream as well? Hopefully not.
No, I just checked on the stream.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of score, very even score, very even villager counts. 2 vill lead here for PhoeniX now. But he is down in infrastructure. He's adding in a church, which I really like. But let's see what's going to happen here. What's the composition going to be? It's going to be double skirm plus Falk here for Julian, and he has 2 shipments to send even, which is really nice. Whereas for
Julian's
PhoeniX,
kind of resorting to this skirm musk composition again, which I really dislike for France.
yeah, not a huge fan, but these skirm are probably about to pop and get some decent shots off on the Musketeers.
They are. Is PhoeniX gonna decide to stick around longer when he really should be backing off right now? He probably wants to sack a little bit of these H2 Musketeers that he's probably not gonna tech into. Not really gonna do a lot with, but yeah, all of a sudden we see Julian taking a score lead. Let's see on the other side what is going to come in for PhoeniX, now knowing what the composition on the floor is right now. Shipment on its way already or not yet? I don't see a shipment. There we go. 5 Dragoons coming in, and we are going to see a standard Skirm Goon gameplay from PhoeniX. Even though he's scouted the Falconets, he's not opting for his own Falconets at the moment, which I'm a fan of. I think he should build up his initial mass before being able to ship his Falconets of his own.
Ooh, are we going to be able to take out this Vill? It's going to be close.
We probably are.
So close. Not quite.
Oh, we aren't. Wow. That was huge for Julian, managing to get that Vill away. Falconets unpacking, managing to take a shot on these Musketeers. Nice volley, taking out a lot of HP on a lot of Musketeers, taking down 1 Musketeer as well. Stable. Oh, this is very vulnerable, this stable positioning. Especially if Julian decides to push there right now. That stable is basically dead.
Yeah, that stable's a bit of a risk for sure. Could just be back in the base, but the thing now is it's really up to map control. I mean, if Julian can find, that's 1 more Vill going down, so that puts the Vill counts. Julian now just down 1 villager, and counted down like almost like kind of like half a villager essentially because of the Vill training time. So down like, let's say down 1 villager, but with the Falconets, he could be pushing PhoeniX off of resources, which could be pretty dangerous. And given
what
that,
are you thinking about this no stable play from Julian?
I don't hate it. I mean, he already has the infrastructure for the Raxes, so it kind of makes sense that he doesn't want to waste the 200 wood, and he's got that Musk, so it's not the worst unit in the world, but yeah, potentially a, Skirm Kerr would completely annihilate this composition. Although this is a lot of Musketeers, to be fair. You need a good amount of Kerr to be able to kind of like poke away the Musketeer mass with your own Skirm.
Yeah, I mean, this game is really going to depend on the hinges of, again, who is going to be able to win the Skirm War, the Falk War, excuse me, because if Julian manages to lose, PhoeniX manages to win the Falk War, like he did in the last game, all of a sudden these cursors are going to get extreme value because they are an AoE unit, right? If you compare that to having PhoeniX behind it, doing even more AoE damage behind it, it's going to be humongous, and Julian is going to be in a world of trouble. Ooh, a CDB going down there, now kind of equalizing the Vil counts for both civs.
Yeah, and
Okay,
the one key thing here, which I really like from Julian, is he sent the Senegalese rifleman, and it upgrades his whole army, not just his skirmishers. Also upgrades his Musk, which is super nice to see. This Falk a little bit out of position potentially. No, it's gonna get a good shot. Really well done. But compositionally, it could get a bit dicey here for Julian as the masses get bigger, and as if you can get like 15 Kerr with like maybe Cav combat, it could get a bit scary for these Musketeers to deal with. But it's also nice to have that upgrade. He's got 31 ranged attack now.
And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a bit more micro intensive if you're Julian to try and melee part of your Musketeers and then try and shoot with the other part of your Musketeers while simultaneously being busy with your skirms to fight against these Dragoons behind the Cuirassiers. The Kurs are going to be able to do a massive amount of damage, and he's massing a lot of them right now. I don't even think he's going to be opting for Falconets. If we were looking over at PhoeniX's POV right now, PhoeniX is probably going to be looking into teching Cav Combat if he has a shipment available right now. Ooh, another CDB going down. Oh,
nice little pickup
nice.
here. Getting some value out of these Musk is really nice, because they're essentially useless at this point, for PhoeniX that is.
Yeah,
but this
definitely.
stable is going to go down. Hopefully he's able to get his batch out. He's going to go in, I think, to save the stable. 5 Kurs coming in. It looks like this is go time.
It is.
Gonna go back.
Yeah.
He just wants the batch of Kerr out. Really nicely done there. Nice double split on the Musk. And are we gonna commit to this fight with trees, with Falks? It looks like we are. And it looks like Julian wasn't paying attention for a second. And this is exactly what we're worried about, is these Kurs getting really good value. And I think these Kurs can clean up almost this whole army.
Yeah, they will. Look at this. Kurs in the front.
One Falk going down.
While the skirmishers are taking down the French Musketeers, and on the back side of the army, a lot of cuirassiers managing to connect with the light infantry and with the artillery. And yes, he hasn't managed to completely win the fight yet, even though saying that there's still 4 cuirassiers alive. Cav Combat coming in incredibly clutch right now, and let's not forget PhoeniX still has access to the 2 Falconet shipment whenever he wants to. Score is right now up for JulianK, but that is a bit of a lie because there's just 3 or 4 cuirassiers in queue, which is costing at least 1,000 score. Dragoons coming out for Julian, but I would argue this was a much better fight for PhoeniX right there than it was for Julian, because the Falconets are gone. And with relatively low masses on the floor right now, that means that PhoeniX can still make considerable use of his Falconet shipment.
Yeah, interesting that PhoeniX has this 4 Goonin deck, which is actually serving him pretty decently. And if you look at the decks as well, look how many Age 4 cards are here for Julian, and I'm not sure if this game's ever going to go Age 4, so maybe that could play a factor. And score-wise, after all these shipments pop and these units pop, it's going to be even, which I think...
Definitely.
I think Julian's in an okay spot, though. He's up like 1 villager. Resource counts are pretty even. I mean, this is just about as close of a game as you can get.
Yeah, but this is the problem again. We keep seeing him spam Musketeers, which is just... It feels so inefficient, especially in a game where your opponent still has access to Falconets, as I said. Everyone knows how how much I love Falks. But yeah, in this case, you know, normally in late H3 Falks aren't as good. But in this case, they're amazing against an army of full Musketeers and Skirmishers.
You know, there's a good amount of goons now for PhoeniX, but the goons are essentially useless because Julian has zero intention of making any cuirassier. So, ooh, and this is going to be the fight for the map right here.
Oui, bonjour.
And it looks like PhoeniX is going to be pushed back here. He's the one that's going back, so...
Oh, he knows he can't take the fight yet.
Yeah. He's out of mines. He's only going to have, like, 5 villagers on
wait.
coin.
On second thought, if PhoeniX takes this fight, he absolutely crushes this. Look at the amount of cuirassiers he just actually managed to get out of nowhere. We got 6 curs right here with a lot of dragoons with cav combat. What is realistically Julian, excuse me, gonna do in this situation if he manages to fight him?
And here comes the Vil pull. It looks like essentially all Julian has to do is keep poking away at this huge Vil mass, and I think Julian's gonna slowly inch ahead the longer that these Vils are not gathering any resources.
Bonjour.
Yeah, but PhoeniX needs to fight here because he's absolutely gonna smash the fight if he does.
Yeah, I think he would do pretty well in this fight. He's training more dragoons though, and there's no curs on the field. But yeah, okay, that makes sense because he's going to go for the Falc. So essentially, how does JulianK deal with Falconet? And I'm not sure. He doesn't really have a huge cav mass to do it.
Not sure he deals with it at all.
So Julian is, or PhoeniX is probably going to go to this middle mine. Ooh.
Okay,
Needs to be
this could
careful
be a good
here.
trade for PhoeniX still. If he manages to kite away with his dragoons, but oh, he's getting meleeed by Julian. Very nice decision there by Julian, trying to melee down the goons to try and keep them in the line of sight of the skirmishers. But the CDB pull on the other end coming in for PhoeniX as well, and that's a lot of CDB coming in there with the Falconets strutting in from the backside of PhoeniX base right now, excuse me. Julian right now 2k score up. Falconets are coming in. He's probably going to push them forward until they're in range and able to launch a full volley, but Julian very smartly managing to see it and backing off, but the Falconets now taking a free shot and probably another free shot, one more than a half HP of that Falconet going down right now, and those Falconets are kind of getting 0 damage, and the Dragoons that have been able to be picked off earlier in those engagements was huge for Julian because now his own Dragoon mass is bigger than that of PhoeniX, and ladies and gentlemen, PhoeniX has called it, and we officially have the champion of PK Clan Season 5. JulianK is the new winner and takes home the grand prize and will be crowned champion of the PK Clan tournament. What a final game. What a chess match. Out-strategized at the end of the day. PhoeniX gave it a humongous fight, a humongous effort, but it was just too much for him. JulianK managed to squeeze in the win, and he will be crowned champion.
Yeah, wow. I mean, GG's, congrats to Julian, but also really well played for PhoeniX. He completely should have lost that game. I mean, he lost. He did lose the game, but he should have lost way earlier. The fact that he was able to stretch this out to a 21-minute game when he clearly got outclassed early, he just came back with the raids, and I mean, both players showing that they deserve to be here. Each of these games was close. There was no one-sided games. Everything was just top-tier play from both players, and that's what you want to see in a tournament finals. So
Exactly.
yeah, congratulations to Julian, though. Really well played, convincing games, really solid overall, and I'm just really happy with how this series turned out. It was just great games.
It was absolutely great games. Congratulations to JulianK. If you're up for an interview, please come join us. Want to pick your brain and see how you feel after that tournament victory. Same for PhoeniX. After the Julian interview, if he can join, that would be nice. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The champion has joined us, JulianK. Congratulations. You are the PK Clan Season 5 champion. How are you feeling?
Really good, obviously. That was fun. Those were very nice games.
Yeah,
Definitely.
boss, I'll let you go ahead with the first questions. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess we can just go like game by game, matchup by matchup. How did you feel game one? I guess like your TC was under a huge amount of pressure, and honestly, you held like extremely well. How did you feel that game?
Yeah, I was really focused on that one. I knew he would have to like be aggressive. It's his only shot, and I was pretty happy to see the only treasure you could really take was a Vil, I think. There was no big XP. So I knew if I like managed to hold this big wave, I should be fine. I scouted the stable going up, so I knew there was a timing coming, and yeah, I was confident in mechanically holding him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no treasures spawning there definitely worked in your favor a huge amount. As well as that entire time, you only lost one Vil, which was really nicely done. And what was game
that was
2?
The auto.
The auto. And I know you talked to me in DMs about this kind of like FI, AZAP stuff. Were you pretty confident that game that you'd be able to pull it off?
I had this matchup practiced. I did expect to play that. And I actually also expected the full goon play, so I was really like with a Huss semi into full goon, he literally did what I thought he would, and then I was pretty confident with my response. Just a little unlucky that he caught my third TC. That was good scouting by him, I suppose.
Do you think in hindsight that TC was a bit greedy or should have been somewhere else, or what do you think?
I wanted to build it home. I just thought he wouldn't let me because he would just keep running the Dragoons in, and then I thought, oh, maybe if he's busy idling my base, he won't scout that. Could have maybe hit it further at the corner, but I definitely wanted that third TC, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And like that whole game, just as like a from the spectator, France was ahead in eco the whole game. But does that even really matter if you're age 4 with the bombards pumping out?
Not that much, no. I know my unit composition is superior to what he has. I had double combated ASAPs and I had combated artillery. I think the score difference is mostly because he's shipping things that actually give resources, so all my upgrades don't really count. And I was just really confident I'd basically crush the big fights. And then he also got a bit unlucky with the Corvorins, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I guess even Culve don't really counter bombards at that point.
Yeah, and he had a lot of them. He had a lot of them, but I don't know, he just kind of bled them to not so many, like without really shooting my bombards, I think. Some double shots from my few Corvorins, as it went as well as it could.
Yeah. And Shake, you have any questions as well?
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions lined up for you, Julian. First of all, again, congratulations on winning the series.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, really, how prepared were you before every game? Because it looks like you came in with a game plan, and I was kind of glazing that, and I was saying about how I have never seen an AoE 3 player in my life just come in with a clear, obvious game plan that they're going to execute and just stopping at nothing to execute it. So, how prepared were you, and how much was it, just sometimes?
I prepared game 1 and game 2 for the most part, so the auto French, like I said, was prepared, and I expected to play a French mirror game 1, which came in handy in game 5 actually, where we did French mirror. Played a bunch of them with Kaiser, figured out how to play them ideally, and it went really well. I didn't really practice playing against Hero because it's kind of a low blow. I don't think it's too difficult. I was kind of confident there. Lakota, I think that strat I've got down for a while now, so I wasn't really afraid of any pick besides maybe Otto with like some annoying can rushing, but when I saw him pick French, I knew there was no way he'd ever win that one. So yeah, that was nice. And then Florida, I didn't really have. Well, I knew he was going to play Brit, and I didn't really have many civs that I was able to pick because of the 2-win rule. And I was almost kind of rooting for him to like take a win because I think he's way too good to lose for now. So I was pretty like happy with him taking that, and he played that so well, so he deserved it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just Brit being beat here, right? That game, so.
Yeah, such a bad civ, right?
Yeah, Brit B tier, confirmed.
Julian, on my end, I'm gonna leave it here because I gotta go do some other stuff. But on my end, I want to tell you something that a lot of players probably won't tell you. You deserve a hell of a lot of respect for winning the tournament, especially in the fashion you did. Haven't really struggled in any series. It's an incredibly impressive showing, and on the biggest stage of them all when it comes to AoE 3. Let's hope we're gonna have many more of these kind of tournaments in the future. But don't let anyone downplay the magnitude of what you've been able to do here, because when it comes to AoE 3, this is the pinnacle. So congratulations,
Yes.
you've completed it. You've done it, and I'm very proud of you as your friend. And congrats again.
That's
All
so
right,
sweet.
boys.
Thank you very much, Shake.
Oh,
Thank
You're
you. Thanks for
welcome.
casting too.
Baus, I'll see you in a bit, boy, and I'll
will
be
do.
out.
Yep. Peace
All
out,
right,
Shake. Thanks for
guys.
casting, bro.
Thanks for the organizers of the event. This was amazing for the game. And again, shout out to PK Chicks. And if you want to buy or sell crypto, ChicksX is the platform. You guys
It
later.
actually is so
Bye-bye.
good. I'm not even kidding. It is a great platform.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah. Also from my end, Julian, well played, bro. I think just like honestly, the first game set the stage for the whole series of just like losing one Vil versus that rush, and you were even like running like one goon against like four Kanya. Like you were pulling out all the stops.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was a big game for sure.
Yeah, I think all the games were high level, good micro, macro decision making. There weren't any like super blowout games. Maybe the Lakota game a little bit, but
Yeah. I
overall
think,
just well played, bro.
I think in the Lakota game, his best shot was probably to do something similar to what Revnak tried. I don't think the naked FF works, but he had to try something. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I guess any message for the viewers or any final words?
absolutely. Uh, Number one, go get the guide if you don't have it yet. The self-advertisement. Here it finally comes. And I don't know if there's more tournaments coming in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
But I did plan to, towards the end of the year, finally give my guys another big upgrade, another big update, hopefully with maybe a patch as well. So I hope it's going to be twice as worth it and makes triple the sense now that I've shown that I can still pull out some build orders.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, GG's, brother. I think you played
GG's.
well. Great series. Congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you and potentially even playing you in some future tournaments.
Yes. Thanks for casting.
Indeed,
Ciao.
indeed. Have a good one. And I think we'll get PhoeniX in here if he's also up for a bit of an interview. I'll just send him a quick message. I understand if you don't want to. It's a bit tilting after a series to do an interview. I know after I lost my series to Revnak, I ended up casting 2 more series. And the whole time I was like just thinking about all the things I could have done differently and whatnot. But even if PhoeniX doesn't come to it for an interview, really respect to him. Honestly, really solid play. Even though the score was 4-1 and it kind of seemed like a blowout and just the raw score, I think the score doesn't tell the story of the games and how close and how well played each of those games were. Hello, hello.
Yo, hello.
I'm sorry that didn't go your way, but from a caster's perspective, it looked like all the games were pretty solidly played. How did you feel about your performance overall?
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed because most of the matchups I practiced for I didn't really get. So yeah, that was something bad for me. But yeah, apart from that, I think the games were really good either way. But yeah, Julian just played better, and he did deserve to win that.
Mm-hmm. And I guess now that the series is over, what were some of those matchups you were practicing for?
Yeah, I practiced for my Germany versus Brits, versus Julian's Brits, and game two was like supposed to be something like Portugal versus France, but I figured out that Portugal couldn't really work out on that map. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there was like a lot of matchups I also practiced for in Saguenay. That was like also Brit versus France, but yeah, we didn't get like uh, either of these matchups.
Yeah.
And for Mongolia, I played or I practiced rather for France versus USA. I did also
Mm.
practice for France versus Lakota, and it kind of seemed hopeless for France. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I agreed to play that matchup anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess if you were to do that game 3 France Lakota over, what civ do you think you would have picked?
if I didn't play France, what would I play?
Yeah.
Probably Portugal, to be honest.
Yeah, Ports is a
I
decent
feel
option.
yeah, I feel okay with Port versus Lakota.
And then what about, I guess, just like going game by game, like game one, Iroquois seems like a pretty interesting pick. I guess what was your thought process behind that?
I didn't have that in my mind at all. Like I don't know, like just a reflex from me. I thought that maybe if the XP treasure spawned, then it could be really good for me, and I think the game was really good for me nonetheless. But yeah, like the French reveals are just really good versus the Haudenosaunee in H2, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just can't tell apart from the tomahawks and the hyena. So like in the main fights, I couldn't know where's the tomahawk and where's the hyena. So
Right.
that's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, that game actually was pretty decent for you. Like from a caster's perspective, Julian was pretty like messed up, and I think if you get an XP treasure and maybe like don't have the 3 cur, like have a beautiful pop on the hyena, that game definitely could have gone differently. So even though it's not the best matchup, that was pretty well played.
Right? Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It could either way.
and then what about game two? What was the thought process versus Otto to like I know you hid the stable. That was intentional, I assume, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was going to go Fast Fortress most likely if he goes for the trading post boom. And yeah, I just decided when I scouted his age up and I saw he was going for 2 wheels, I know he's going for the Fast Fortress, so I just tried to go for a cav semi Fast Fortress. I think that was pretty good versus what he did. And like I think my follow up was also good there because I idled him a lot, but yeah, I think the 22 ASAP card is just really good versus the Guns, and I can't really keep pressure in H3, so yeah, I had to age up there, but there's like no way to really push again, so he just gets the time to get 10 bombards, and it's kind of impossible to win from there.
Yeah, and I guess scouting his deck. Did you know he was going for the FI?
I didn't actually. I should have expected it, but when I saw it not pushing, then I knew he was going for H4.
Right.
I think I did everything on point. I just needed like something to just stay in his face so that he can't really mass a lot of bombards.
Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, game three was the France Lakota. That one just matchup wise felt a bit hopeless. It seemed. And
Yeah, I think
then
the fast fortress was a good idea. I just maybe had to be smarter with my card picks. I think 8 skirms first was bad because I wasn't really expecting him to train more axe riders from his stable. So I was like, if I just TC fire his cav and also shoot him with my veils, then my 8 skirms would get like some really good value. But he managed to train more calves. So yeah, the 8 skirms was not really good there at all.
yeah. And then, I guess game four went really well for you. You had the Vil that kind of stole the food treasure early, as well as the back hurting,
Yeah,
and as well as the treasure steal on the 40 wood. I guess that's kind of what you needed after being down 3-0. Were you feeling good that game?
I mean, what can you do when PhoeniX picks Brit, right?
Yeah. And
It's
modest.
hopeless.
And modest. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that one felt like a really good game. Just tempo wise, usually France is ahead, but with the age one, it felt like you were able to keep up with everything.
Yeah, it was a really good start for me, and I think what made me win the game was going H3 because I don't really like playing long H2 versus France. I think they just get better army overall.
Yeah, and then even in that last game, it felt like compositionally, Julian had a bit of a better build. I think going for the 2 Raxes versus like a Rax stable kind of works out better, especially because you mix the 5 bows. But you did a really good job with the raid to kind of come back in the game. You killed 5 villagers, which was kind of insane. And I guess how did that France mirror feel to you? Did it feel even, or
Yeah.
what was your thought process?
And I was kind of almost giving up from just that story because he got 90 feet and he got a 50 width, so it was like
Right.
already a huge difference in age one.
Mm-hmm.
And my 12 time was really bad. I think I aged around 230, so it was really late from me.
Mm-hmm.
And he also stole that XP treasure, so it was like really rough start for me. And
Yep.
I feel like I want to be aggressive, like just to kill his trading post, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the trader always has more advantage in the mirror. So
Yep.
it was like already ahead with just the fact that I'm going forward base versus I mean mirror. So it was
Mm.
like already bad for me, but yeah, it was kind of close after when he took the fight in my base, but yeah, like in the end, he just had more tempo, so he could really get more stuff than me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it felt like compositionally plus treasures went his way early, but somehow you managed to like raid and stay in the game. So well
Yeah,
played to you there. And even though the score was 4-1, I think the score isn't telling of how close that series felt.
yeah. And I saw there was like 8,000 views, so it was like really amazing that Age of Empires is finally getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, it's weird after all these years that the game is is growing, but it's nice to see.
Yeah, I gotta really appreciate what Chicks did for the game so far.
Hmm. Yeah, do you have any message for chat for the viewers? Anything you want to say, Phoenix?
Yeah, well, everyone, I'm sure there's players from Age of Empires 2 probably or other games as well. Welcome to Age of Empires 3. This is the best game for me, and I really enjoy it. And I hope that you all enjoyed watching our games today.
Yeah,
That's it for me.
amazing. Well, thanks, Phoenix. I'm sorry it didn't go your way, but you're a great player, and hopefully we'll see you in some future tournaments. And yeah, GG's,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it happens. Well played to you, Julian, and GG's. Thank you for casting.
Of course. Thanks for playing. GG's, and we'll see you in some future tournaments.
Hopefully. All right. See ya. Goodbye.
Have a good one, Phoenix. And I believe that will do it for the stream. Shout out, just some words from me, I guess. Shout out to Chicks. He sponsored this tournament. So Chicks X platform for crypto trading. Check it out. And yeah, just shout out Chicks. He's a great guy. He's done a lot for the community at this point. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a stream with like 1,000 viewers. So huge shout out to Chicks and just the whole, everyone behind the scenes, Vega, just, everyone who put this whole tournament on, just huge shout out. I'll give a shout out to myself. Screw it. Shout out Chicks giving me the shout out in chat. But I really enjoyed casting all these series, especially this series. Shout out to Shake for casting. Shout out to Yvonne, aka Big Rat, aka Baja Teacher, for casting. Shout out Keter, Psionic, all these top level players for playing. I have a really good time casting. I think everyone has a good time watching. Chicks, word on the street is, maybe a year's time from now, there's another tournament coming back from PK Clan. So shout out PK Clan, and we're definitely looking forward to some future games. Yeah, I really love Age of Empires 3 in the community, and it's nice to see everything growing. And yeah, check out the PK Clan YouTube channel, by the way. Drop a subscribe there. A lot of these games will be coming out there, so you can see some of the games posted over there after all the live streams and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's all I've got. Shout out everyone in chat too. Shout out all the viewers. Shout out everyone who plays the game. I love this game. I don't want to see it die, and it looks like we're on the up and up. So hopefully we'll have some future tournaments from PK Clan. Maybe even ESOC is hosting a few tournaments. But yeah, shout out Chicks. Shout out everyone who plays and touches this beautiful game. And I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. And it's nothing but love from me for this game and everyone in the chat. So have a beautiful one, guys. Peace out.